Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to 40k 8th edition and welcome back to the exceedingly unlucky planet of Morgan's Reach. It's part 3 of our little campaign here on the channel, and as you can see, we're out in the countryside today. We're out in the wasteland outside the Hive City, and the reason for that is, well, it's been about 2 weeks since the big battle in the Hive City we saw on the previous bat rep. And now, fast forward to the Imperial Guard basically making their armoured counterattack out here, trying to outflank the bulk of the Tyranid horde. So we've got a big armoured assault that's going to be punching through and wrecking some Tyranid face, hopefully. And that's essentially what we're going to be having today, a tank battle. Tanks versus big Tyranid monsters, and it should be awesome. Hopefully much quicker than the 8-hour slog of previously. It was a bit much, that, mostly because we had lots of respawning infantry units and hordes and things in a tight confined space. Whereas today my entire army consists of a whopping 10 models. So yeah, we needed a break from all the infantry hordes. So here we are, big old tank battle for you today, as the Cadians try to punch their way through here, and the Tyranids come with their biggest, meanest monsters to put a stop to it. So, the mission today specifically is called Blitz, I believe, and essentially the way it works is the Tyranids will get points for killing my tanks, and I will get points on depending on how many tanks I manage to get into this side of the table. Essentially, I'll get some points for having them in this sort of area here, this first half of the half. This, we call that a quarter, don't we? English, difficult. This quarter here, that will get me some certain amount of points. This quarter here at the back, at the very back of the Tyranid deployment zone, will get me more points for each unit I have here. When my units get destroyed, they'll be coming back on a dice roll as well, so I'll have some respawning tanks to make life interesting. And yeah, that's basically it. So I got to punch through and actually take yardage almost. It's like I'm playing a game of rugby here. And the Tyranids just need to kill my stuff to get points. So no idea who's going to win this one. It's going to be very odd. I don't think I've ever played a pure tank army in 8th edition with Guard yet. It's an impressive amount of vehicles you can fit on the table with it, but obviously they're very vulnerable to getting tied up in close combat because you've got no guardsmen screening them at all. So it's going to be lots of fun. Bit of a learning experience, in fact, because I've never done this before. But hey, so let's go have a look at the armies. And before I do that, let's just say hello to Dan, obviously.
Hello.
Sorry, I always forgot to introduce you. Now I feel terrible. But yeah, Tan's obviously back for the third mission in the campaign. We didn't just randomly replace him halfway through. That would be a bit strange. Alright, anyway, so, yeah, let's go take a look at the armies and get on with this. Alright, this is 2,389 points, I think. It's all a bit weird. Of Imperial Guard tanks, and nothing but tanks. Although, having said that, that might not be the case for the entire battle, but I'll get to that as it comes along. So basically right now what I've got is all of the tanks I have, essentially, for now. I've got more in the works, but I didn't manage to get any more built for this particular battle today because I've been off ill. So I've just chucked all of the tanks on the battlefield that I've got, and it comes to about 2,389 points. So obviously what we've got here is a, what do they call it, a spearhead detachment, I think? It's the one with 3 heavy support choices in it. And 2 auxiliary super heavy detachments. So that gives me about 4 command points in total, which is not good, to be honest. However, what we've decided is for each super heavy, this one and this one, we're going to give me an extra command point for each of those just to even things out, particularly since I won the last battle in the campaign. We figured that seems fair. Plus, in this particular mission, things are going to be respawning on a roll of a 4+ when they die, because that's how the Blitz mission works. Which means that potentially I could have Baneblades respawning, which is a little bit silly, because in the fluff, these super heavy tanks, even though I've got 2 of them here today, they're actually very, very rare. Not something you would have respawning constantly in a stream coming on from the battlefield edge over there. So we've decided that when these super heavies die, they're going to be dead for good. When they do die, however, some units will come piling out of them. The Stormlord over here, this guy in particular, that'll have some infantry dudes and some Bulgrins piling out. The Chimera over here will have an infantry squad jumping out of it. And the Baneblade, there's a Tech Priest engine seat hidden away in that thing as well. So that will make up the points, because you'll notice in a minute when we go and look over at the NIDs, I am slightly behind on points, but it will even out. So bending the rules quite a lot today, but it is narrative and you're allowed to do that. So yeah, okay, so specifics basically, what do we got? 2 tank commanders here, that's these guys, and I'm holding my camera the other way around today, which means that my spatial awareness of where my hand is all over the place, which means I keep knocking things over like a pro. But anyway, here's the 2 tank commanders. One, this guy you'll recognise from the previous battle. This is Hannibal. Obviously he's going to be running his counts as Pask today, and they're going to be dealing out their orders and stuff to nearby tanks and what have you. And another additional rule we chucked in as well was that we decided that we'd extend the character rules in this game to the tanks as well. Normally, because they've got more than 10 wounds, you'd be able to target them even though they're characters, but we decided to waive that because in this particular battle, the entire army is tanks. So we figured it made sense that the NIDs wouldn't necessarily be able to target and snipe my tank commanders when everything else is tanks as it is. So that's the thing. We've also got a pair of Lehman Rushes, Demolisher and a regular one. We've got a pair of Hellhounds. We've got a Basilisk. We've got a Hydra, although I think the NIDs only have 1 unit today actually has the fly keyword, but hey, whatever. The Chimera, obviously. And the Baneblade. And the Stormlord. The Baneblade probably needs no further introduction. You must all know what this thing can do by this point. It's got a big gun. It's got a Demolisher cannon. It's got las cannons, heavy bolters, the works. We have the Stormlord, which is a transport / very Dakar heavy equivalent. You've got the Vulcan mega bolters on the front there. There you go. Pair of las cannons, heavy bolters, and some heavy stubbers in the back as well. And that's the army. That's the lot. That's all my tanks. I'm going to have 6 command points to play with today, thanks to the rules we're editing with these 2 super heavies, and some of them will be coming back when they die on 4+s because of the blitz scenario. And there we go. That's the lot. So let's go and have a look at the Tyranids. Oh, and one more thing. I forgot the Warlord trait relic stuff. Because I'm using Cants as Pask, it means I have a fixed Warlord trait, which is superior tactical training, I think it's called. It's the Cadian one that I never ever take because it's complicated, and I don't like complicated. Basically, when he issues an order on a 4+, he can have that order affect another unit within 6 inches of him. Usually very complicated and annoying when you're trying to play with infantry, but it actually works okay for tanks, so I'm cool with that. And relic wise, I'm giving the Laurels of Command to the other tank commander, so on a 4+, he can issue another order to the same target, and he only gets to issue 1 order a turn because he's a regular tank commander. So basically he can issue an order to himself or something next to him, and then on 4+, you can give him another one. So the orders kind of phase of the game is going to be really ruddy complicated on my end, but I'm sure I'll muddle my way through it anyway. So with that out of the way, let's actually go and look at the Tyranids now. Okay, this is 2,499 points of big bloody monsters. Talk me through it, Dan.
Right, so we have a spearhead and a battalion, thanks to my little tiny rippers that I've brought along for totally narrative reasons, honest. I haven't really worked out which bit is which, so it's just all a big blob. And we also got a super heavy auxiliary, which is the side hero duel here with this fella, who is a big tasty monster.
He's big.
We're all running Jormungandr again because it's my standard issue Hive Fleet, which gives them all the effects of cover as long as they didn't charge or advance or fly. Yep. Currently the only thing that can fly is the Malanthrope.
Yep.
It's one of my HQ choices.
It's the only useful target for my Hydra, and it's a character with less than 10 wounds, so I can't shoot it. So brilliant!
It's
brilliant.
Very handy because it gives a bubble of spores out to 3 inches. That means anything within that range gets a -1 to be shot at.
Oh, great!
So that will be really helpful against all that.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere in the HQ slots, we have a Hive Tyrant. Here's my Warlord.
It's the old Hive Tyrant.
It is the old Hive Tyrant.
I remember this guy.
He's got rending claws and a heavy venom cannon, which has been upgraded to the miasma cannon relic.
Bloody hell, I don't even know what that does.
It's always reads infantry on a 2-up. Not going to help much. But if you're within 8 inches of a target, it hits automatically like a flamer.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite tasty, especially in Overwatch. He's also got some psychic powers. He's got the horror and psychic scream. So I can do some. And obviously he's got smite as well. And he's got a warlord trait, instinctive killer, which lets me pick an enemy unit. In this case, I'm picking a Lehman Rush. And that unit and anything with the same data sheet, I get to reroll to hit against it.
Okay, so my regular Lehman Rush tanks, you're going to get rerolls to hit against.
That's correct, yes. And then finally in the HQ we have Old One Eye returning.
Hey, he's back.
He's a Tyranid monster, so
googly
you
eye.
can't really tell if he has, if it's a new one that's been respawned, or maybe if it's the old one that's just regenerated from the pile of bones and gore that he was before.
Yeah, I mean, he took a. Did he take a demolisher shell in the face?
He did take a demolisher shell to the face. So
yeah, but the thing about Old One Eye, if you're not familiar with the fluff for Old One Eye, is that he's been killed several times now in the fluff, and he keeps coming back all the time. So
just gets better.
It's a bit of a mystery to the Imperium how he keeps sort of respawning, but he always does. So he's back yet again today. Yeah. So anything else of note?
We have troops choices here. 2 units of 3 Ripper Swarms. In my mind, this battlefield is full of dead bodies from previous attempts to break through, where the Rippers are going around nomming all the lovely biomass. And we have a unit of warriors with the bone swords, the death spitters, and a venom cannon.
There they are.
I think they also have adrenal glands. Almost everything that can have adrenal glands has it.
That gives you some
+1 to charge really.
Right,
so
gotcha.
It's very useful. In the elite slots, we have the horror specs over there, which is a converted model. It started life as some kind of Carnifex.
Yeah.
It was being used as a Turvagun at one point before the official Turvagun model came out.
Oh yeah.
When that model came out, it looked a bit small, so it's been reconverted and repurposed as a horror specs now.
Oh, big mouth.
So it's the grubbly tongue of fun. And then we have a lot of heavy support choices. We've got 2 Carnifexes down here, each of which have the heavy venom cannon, the scythe talons, the thresher scythe tails, the adrenal glands, and the spore cysts. So they're at -1 to be hit as well.
Righto.
Enhanced senses, did I say that? They've got that. That's +1 for them to hit.
Oh, brilliant.
So they're going to be shooting with their venom
So
cannons.
they have
doing some
the.
stuff.
Sorry, do they have the spore assist? Did you say?
Yeah, the spore cysts.
Right. So they're -1 to hit as well.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Cold.
Well, I need to bring something to not be pounded into dust, right?
Yeah. To be fair, that's true. At least I'm not playing Tau.
Yep, fair.
Because.
They don't like it.
Yes. Well, if any of you watched that battle report I did with Winters, oh god. Oh, bad memories there. Okay. Anyway, so.
No spoilers.
No spoilers or anything, but -1 to hit against Tau is mean. Anyway,
Okay.
at least with guard, I think I've probably got enough dice to manage it anyway. But
Right, let's move on. More heavy support. The snaky boys. We have a Morlock,
hello.
who can tunnel up and do mortal wounds to everyone next to him when he comes up.
He's going to be a pain.
We've got a Trigon, who can bring a unit of troops with him. And we have a Trigon Prime, who's basically him, but with Synapse.
Cool.
And a slightly better gun. And then finally we've got 2 Tyrannifexes, one of which has the Rupture Cannon, which is a big strength 10
That is nasty.
multi-shot tank killing gun.
I've been on the receiving end of that thing before.
And the other has my personal favourite gun, the Acid Spray, which is 2d6 auto hits, 8 meters range.
I have not seen anyone use that before.
It is
So
very
that's-
good. I'm
that's
not
a
sure
first
how
for
good
me.
it'll be against all these tanks, but it is a good weapon.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar, the Tyrannifexes, if they don't move, they can fire their weapons twice. So
Yes. Big weapon beasts or whatever the rules call.
yeah, so if you're in range of 18 of that one, it's effectively 4d6 auto hits with its flamer,
Yeah.
which is fun.
If it stays still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
You've
well,
got to come to me, so...
yeah, exactly. So you've got a heap of command points. I do not have as many, but things will hopefully even out a little bit in other respects. It's going to be an odd battle, this one. Very odd. Quite fun, though. Very low model count. We definitely fancied low model count after the last game, so... Right, well, we'll go off, get this lot deployed, and then we'll be back for the roll-off first turn. Alright, ladies and gents, we are deployed. This is what it looks like. We've got the Tyranids on this side. Big beasties in the middle, Whipper Swarms. We've got some Carnifexes hiding cunningly behind that rock there. And over here, the guard are ready to start racing, basically. They're in their little starting grid here. It was more difficult to fit them on there than I thought it would be, actually. But I have just managed to get them to fit all on there in a reasonably sensible formation. I didn't put too much thought into it, though, I must admit. But nevertheless, there they all are, and we're ready to go. But first, before we do the roll-off of first turn, and normally in this scenario, actually, the attacker would automatically go first, but I think it's more fun to roll for it. So, however, before we do that, preliminary bombardment is a rule in this game. So, for each Tyranid unit, we roll a d6, and on a roll of a 6, they take d6 mortal wounds. Basically to represent the off-map artillery coming in and whacking things, maybe some airstrikes from above, that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to do. So let's start with this unit of Rippers here. Nope. The Hive Tyrant. Nope.
Good.
Ooh. Right. The Tyrannifex. Nope.
Good.
These
Them
Rippers. No. Other Tyrannifex. Nope. The Haruspex. Yes.
Oh, he takes some damage.
So that's d6 mortal wounds.
2.
For 2. And Big Scythe Hierodule. I'm going to use a stratagem on him that you can use in this mission as the attacker, which is basically allows this to trigger on a 4+ instead of a 6.
Heavy bombardment.
Yes, so we're going to use that on the Scythe Hierodule. So that's cost me, I think, 1 command point, but we'll double check it. But I rolled a 1.
Handy.
Do I want to? Excuse me. Do I want to? I've got a bit of a cough, guys. Apologies if that comes across in the video a bit. Do I want to spend another command point to reroll that?
I don't know. Do you?
For d6 mortal wounds on that monster? Yeah, I think so. No.
That's good.
All right, I'm down to 4 command
down
points.
the drain.
4 command points already of all I've got. Oh dear. All right.
In.
Man on the throat.
That's a 3.
Okay. And
And we're over to the Carnifexes over here.
these big boys over here. So Carnifex number 1. Nope. Carnifex number 2. No.
Old One Eye.
Old One Eye. No.
Okay.
Well, that's the preliminary bombardment. Not very impressive, but it's done. So now...
Cost you 2 command points.
Cost me 2.
And you did 2 wounds on a horse
I've already wasted my 2 bonus command points for this mission. Fantastic. All right. Okay, well, now the roll-off. So, I finished deploying first. I only have 10 models, well, 10 units. Next to your... Actually, it's even less than 10 units, because some of these are squadrons, like the Hellhounds and the Lehman Rushes, so... I think it was actually about 8 units, but... Alright, so I'll get a +1. Rolled a 5, so I got a 6. You need a 6 to tie this.
Oh!
No, not quite. Alright, so... The Imperial Guard will be going first. And, yeah, alright, so turn 1, Imperial Guard movement phase coming up next. Okay, it's the end of the Guard movement phase. Big surprise, the tanks move forward. Who'd have thunk it? Details-wise, the Hydra here moved and advanced. Might as well. It won't be able to shoot its weapons now, but... as it was, just for having moved and for having -1 against anything that's not with the fly keyword, it would have been hitting on 6s with its main guns anyway, so I just figured, whatever, I'll advance it, get out in front. Get some better line of sight, because line of sight is the issue with this at the moment right now. I've got lots of rocks blocking me from shooting at things that I want to shoot at. So the Baneblade thrust forward here through this little gap, which it can just about fit through. Stormlord's gone its full movement distance up at the other end there. The Lehman Rushes have crawled forwards 5 inches each. so that they can still do their grinding advanced fire twice thing if they need to. And yeah, the Hellhounds have moved forward 12, Chimera's come up the rear, and the Basilisk has stayed put, because really what's the point in moving it? It's better off at the back there, just pounding out some artillery shells. So, that's the movement. And I think we're going to go move straight on to the shooting. So, to open that... Well, the Hellhound's not going to be in range. A lot of stuff's not going to be in range, actually, to be honest. But I think we'll begin with the Baneblade. So that is going to be firing at big fella here.
Really?
Yes, really. So we'll start with the las cannons. it's got 2 of them.
He is within 3 inches of the Malin throat, so you are at -1 to hit.
I'm at -1 to hit. Okay, so I am going to be hitting on 5s. But I tell you what, in that case, I will use the Basilisk to try and inflict a wound on it, and then I can use the overlapping fields of fire stratagem to counter-effect that slightly. So let's go with the Basilisk. So 2d6 picked the highest for shots with the Earthshaker cannon. That was good. I'll take the 5, thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Need more dice. 5 shots from the Basilisk Earthshaker cannon. I'm going to use for 2 command points the Aerial Spotter stratagem as well, which will allow him to re-roll failed hit rolls. So this is -1, so I'll be hitting on 5s, and I can't re-roll the 4s because those would be natural successes. You can only re-roll natural fails. So, here we go. Looking for 5s. Okay, actually, that was pretty good. So we re-roll these. I've only got 2 command points left now after this, which, yeah, I didn't get anything out of it either, which is a bit of a shame. But hey, I got 3 hits anyway. This is strength 9.
Tough as 8.
Toughness 8, so...
3's the wound.
3's the wound, let's do this. We got
1.
1 wound. Okay, 1 wound, AP -3.
-3. Okay, so he's got a 3-up save, but he's in cover because he hasn't moved or advanced. Or he hasn't charged or advanced.
I must ask. Phone! Okay, phone happened.
You were saying?
I was saying, yeah. Does he get the benefits of the Hive Fleet because he's in an auxiliary detachment?
He does.
Does he?
Yes. There is no restrictions on that. It's just
Oh damn!
being Hive Fleet.
That's annoying.
It's good, isn't it?
My guys will. Well, they won't even get the Cadian benefits because they're in auxiliary attachments. That's so unfair. All right. Anyway, never mind. So
5 up then.
Doesn't matter. All right. This is D6
D3?
or is it D3?
Thanks.
I always get this wrong every time. It is D3. I get confused sometimes because some of the guard stuff is D6 damage, some of it is D3. Like, I think the Basilisk cannon's D6, Demolisher's D6, Battle cannons are D3. Anyway, it gets confusing. It is D3 wounds or damage for 2. So 2 wounds off on the Scythe Hydroduel. And now I will use the last 2 of my command points, so I have no command points left for overlapping fields of fire, which means I can add 1 to hit rolls with everything against the Scythe Hydroduel. And now we'll do the Baneblade. So 2 las cannons to start with. So that will be
1 hit.
Yeah, 1 hit because basically we're firing at normal ballistic skill now, aren't we? So okay, and that will be strength 9, so 3's to wound. Yes, we get a wound.
5 up. Saved.
Save. Damn it. You and your 5-ups. Not again. Not again. Okay, next up the Demolisher cannon on the front, which we've just measured and is in range. So this will be D6. D3 even, sorry. Yep, for 3. Hitting on 4s.
Oh.
Yes, Imperial Guard shooting, folks. It can be like this sometimes. Alright. Heavy bolters, right, okay, so we've got
6 of them.
lots of dice. Heavy bolters, let's do this. Hitting on 4s. Alright, so a fairly average spread, I would say. Yeah, cool. And these will wound on 5s. So 1, 2, 3 at -1 shall be cancelled out by your...
Yep, so 3 ups.
You know what, in my head I call it Goliath tactics now instead of Jormungandr because I'm so used to this. But yeah,
that's marketing.
There you go.
Three saves. 3d6
shots now from the big Baneblade cannon itself. Let's do this. Okay, so we got 9, 10 shots. Okay, 10 shots and hitting on 4s because -1 for the Malin Throw, +1 for overlapping fields of fire. So, cool. Alright, that was pretty jammy. Let's see. There we go, so that many hits. Strength 9, so wounded on 3s. That
4
is 4 at -3.
5 up then. Passed 1.
And you failed 3. So that is flat 3 damage each, I'm afraid.
9.
9 damage on the Hyrule now.
Puts him down to 11 wounds.
Okay, cool. So
Ow.
that is the Baneblade done. And let's see what else has line of sight on him, shall we? Okay, we're going to do the Stormlord next over here. And that is going to be firing everything at the side Hyrule as well. It's mostly an anti-infantry tank, but honestly the amount of stuff this thing kicks out, it's probably worth it. Okay, so it has 2 heavy stubbers, which we already rolled for off camera and they did nothing, unsurprisingly. Now we're doing the 3 twin heavy bolters it's got. So hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 5s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1.
Okay, so effectively 3 ups. Passed them all.
Passed every single one. Alright, and now it's going to be the big Vulcan Mega Bolter itself. Actually, no, it's not. It's 2 las cannons, I almost forgot.
Save best to last.
Both hit. And 1 wound.
5 up. Oh, goes through.
Okay, d6 damage. For 4.
Dear.
Might get him.
Down to 7.
Alright, and now it's going to be the Vulcan Mega Bolter. Okay, that twin monstrosity on the front of it is going to fire now. 20 shots! Let's go. Alright, we got exactly the average there. We got 10 hits. So now wounding on 5s because it's strength 6. Okay.
That was above average.
That was jammy as heck. Look at that. Alright, so you got
6.
6 at -2.
Right, so 4s effectively. I failed 3.
And that's a flat 2 each.
So that he's down to 1 wound.
1 wound! Okay.
Ow.
Alright, I'm going to throw more stuff at him apparently. Let's see. Probably Lehman Rush tanks. Alright, it's time for the Lehman Rush tanks to do their thing. So, first of all, Knight Commander Pask is going to order the other tank commander, his subordinate there, to pound them to dust. Now, because of superior tactical training on a 4-up, pound them to dust can affect an additional tank in within 6 inches. So that doesn't go off, so forget that, never mind. The tank commander, the subordinate tank commander, the second in command, he's then going to order himself to gunners bring them down, or whatever it is. The reroll ones to hit order he's going to give himself. So he's got that on him. He's also got pound them to dust from Pask, because Pask can order other tank commanders. He can't order himself though. And on a 4+, I can he can affect himself with another order. No, okay. So my order rolls are not very good, but hey. Alright, so he's got pound them to dust and reroll ones to hit. So he will be shooting at the Scythe Hyrule with everything. And by everything I mean basically the battle cannon, the heavy stubber and a heavy bolter, because his heavy flamers are out of range. So let's do the heavy bolter. So we get, now this would be hitting on 4s again because no 3s in fact, because he's ballistic skill 3 -1.
Yep, you got a +1 and a -1.
Yeah, so he hits on 3s. That's 2 hits. Winning on 5s, no wounds. Okay, the heavy stubber, 3 hits, wounds on 6s, 1 wound.
Effectively a 2-up save. Oh no.
Have I just killed him with a heavy stubber?
Yeah.
Unless you're command pointing
I could
this.
command point it, but you've still got a battle cannon
Yeah,
to come in his face.
you do have a battle cannon in
And you've got more stuff to shoot at him. So I'm not actually going to do it. He's only got 1 wound left, so he's a bit rubbish anyway.
Okay.
However, he might go crazy and start hurting all my stuff.
Alright.
On a 5-up, he goes crazy. Uh-oh.
Okay.
No, I am going to use a command point on that.
Right, fair enough.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but oh my. Your ability to roll 5-ups has bitten you in the arse.
Damn it! Okay, so every unit within 3, which is that, and that, take D3 mortal wounds now.
Okay.
So this one,
3.
that one,
1.
and the thingy, 2.
2. I would have preferred the man throw to get 3 there, but hey. Right, so that was spectacular. I hate to blow up your biggest, coolest monster in turn 1, mate, but
No, you don't.
the thing is, I've been on the receiving end of that so many times, but the thing is, it's freaking terrifying, that thing. I did not want it charging my Baneblade, so right, that's dealt with. It's basically taken my entire army almost to kill it. So now, I did declare the battle cannon from this guy on the Scythe Tyranids, so that is now wasted. So I can't do anything with that now. So now it's the 3 remaining Lehman Rushes. We're just going to have to figure out if they can see anything. Okay, so next up, it's this demolisher here. Pask is using his second order on it to pound it to dust, or pound them to dust with it. And on a 4+, this order can affect another tank, although there's no point, because actually this tank here cannot see anything, and this additional order thing cannot affect himself, as per the rules of Pask being what it is. So actually there's no point in rolling that whatsoever, but hey. So yeah, he's going to pound them to dust on the demolisher. So the demolisher is actually going to shoot one of the card effectors over here that you can see. That guy, okay. So
Let's see if the cannon's in range.
It's 24 inches, so
Not quite.
Not quite. Oh, that's frustrating. All right, so
But your heavy bolters, obviously.
basically just heavy bolters then. So 3, 6, 9. I've dropped a dice. Okay, 3, 6, 9, and these will be hitting on 5.
Yep, it's -1 for him.
So, oh yeah, because the
This
spore
is
assists,
spore
right? Yeah. So, okay. So after all that about pounding to dust and orders and things, it doesn't matter because the demolisher wasn't in range anyway. But we got 3 hits with the heavy bolter. So these are wound on probably 5s, definitely not those. And that's the lot. Tank at the back can't shoot anything, so now it's just Pask. And Pask, he can see a few things. He can see this Tyrannifex here. I think that's probably it that's actually useful to shoot, so he's going to just go ahead and shoot that. So, he can't order himself, and he's used his 2 orders anyway. So this will just be his
last cannon and a big gun, yeah.
Yeah, just last cannon, big gun, and I'm going to use his hunter killer missile as well, potentially.
Fair enough.
So we'll do 2d6 shots from his battle cannon, which will be 5, 6, 7. That's alright. And these will hit on...
4s?
Gosh, I think...
Because it's -1 and he's the 3 up normally.
He's actually 2+
Ah,
for
4s
Pask.
then.
Yeah, so 3s.
Hannibal.
Yes, Hannibal, you beast! Alright, and...
Toughness 8.
Yeah,
4s.
it's a 4s.
I'll take that.
Oh, only 1, okay. -2.
Okay, so it's effectively -1. Which failed then.
Alright, D3 for 3.
Oh.
The corn logos are 3s. So, his last cannon next. Does hit. Wound on a 3. Does wound. Blood for the blood god, look at that. And
Failed the save.
Failed the save. D6 damage for 1. Oh dear.
Good-o.
And last will be his hunter killer missile. Let's just get that out of the way. So hits on a 3, it does. Wounds on a 4, it doesn't. Alright, cool. So that is all of my shooting for this turn. Look at that, an Imperial Guard shooting phase that didn't take an hour. That's amazing. Alright, so I will be declaring, of course, no charges. And there will be, of course, no morale. So, on to Tyranids, turn 1.
Huzzah.
Alright, So, while the tanks moved forward and fired their opening salvos, as it turns out, things were burrowing underneath the planes. And, Morlock, that's the Morlock there. Morlock has come up here, using his special ability to deep strike super close to me. And he's going to be dealing out some mortal wounds in a second. Trigon over here.
That's the Prime.
That's the Trigon Prime over there, sorry, yeah. And over here, we got the other Trigon, who's brought some Tyranid warriors up with him as well. Carnifex has come out from behind their rock. They had a choice. They could try and charge the Stormlord and get lots and lots of Overwatch, or they could try and go for something else. As it turns out, they don't quite have the movement to be able to charge this Baneblade here, but they've moved out anyway because they'll be able to shoot stuff with their big cannons. And meanwhile, the other big weapon beast guys here have all moved out. This Tyrannifex at the back has stayed stationary, however, so he can fire his gun twice. And that is the movement. So let's see how much damage this Morlock does as he bursts out of the ground next to all the tanks.
So it's going to affect these two Lehman Rushes and the Baneblade. It's a D6. On a 1 it does nothing. On a 2 to 3 it's 1 mortal wound. 4 up is D3, and on a 6 it's a full 3.
Oh, okay.
So let's do this tank. Nothing. This tank. Nothing. Okay.
Wow.
The Baneblade. Nothing.
Wow.
Well then.
I think the Hive Mind needs to have some words with this Morlock. That was... What happened there?
All the tanks drove around the cracks.
Yeah, I guess they must have seen it emerging, like the you know, like you remember in the War of the Worlds when the tripod comes up out of the ground and the whole sort of city street just sort of collapses down. They must have seen it coming or something and driven out of the way. That's how we're going to paper over this with narrative today, at least. But that was some shocking rolling from you, sir. Holy crap. Alright, so psychic phase now.
Yeah, I've just got 1 cat power I can cast, and the Hive Giants can cast the Horror. The only thing you can really do it on that's anywhere near worth doing it is the Hydra.
Right.
So let's see what I roll. That fails.
I'm sensing a theme.
Doesn't hurt himself, but he fails.
Okay.
So the shooting phase.
Is that it? No smites.
No, he's not in range to smite anything that he can see.
Okay, alright. Well, that was very underwhelming, but okay, so shooting phase then. Alright, first up, this Tyrannifex is going to be firing at this Hellhound over here, I assume.
Yes.
And the reason for that is basically Hellhounds, when they explode, and they explode on something like a 4+, I think, it's not good. They do a heap of mortal wounds to nearby stuff. So basically we're hoping to create a huge explosion here. Okay,
so he didn't move, so he can fire twice, his big gun. So it's 6 shots, hit on 4s.
Okay.
That's 3 hits. Strength 10.
Yikes.
1 wound.
Alright.
I think it's -3 or 4.
Alright, well, if it's -4 I don't get anything. If it's -3, saves on a 6. No.
Whatever it is, you failed.
Yep.
That's D6 damage. 3.
3, okay. So 3 down on this Hellhound here.
Okay. I think I'm now going to fire the Hive Tyrant at the Hellhound as well.
Okay.
Try and make it go boom.
Right. Are we playing a stratagem by any chance?
Spending 2 command points to try and make sure of it, playing Pathogenic Slime.
Pathogenic, that doesn't sound good. Camera focus, come on.
So this will increase the damage.
Okay, use this stratagem in your shooting phase. Select a Tyranid monster unit from your army, increase the damage of its attacks by 1. Ew! Okay.
So hopefully we'll do the damage now. Do the dir. How many has it got left?
It has... good question. Okay, so the Hellhound's got 6 wounds left. I had to double check that because they have a weird number of wounds. And incidentally, just a thing to mention actually, because I've had some comments about this. I don't have track guards on my Hellhounds. I know that track guards are really, really good on Hellhounds. Unfortunately, track guards themselves are, pardon my French, rare as rocking horse shit. There are so few guard tank kits that actually come with the track guards upgrade, which is why I don't have any on them. So, and I do like to play WYSIWYG, so... Right, let's do this.
Okay, D3 shots. 2. He's hitting on 3s because he's a Hive Tyrant. 2 hits.
Okay.
It's strength 9.
Uh-huh.
So that's 2 wounds.
Now your luck's coming back.
-2, and each one is now doing 4 damage.
Alright, 5 ups. Save 1, fail 1.
Okay, it's got 2 wounds left.
Okay. It's not dead yet, but it's really slow now. Alright, next up, Tyranid warriors shooting down through this gap here at said Hellhound. We are determined to make it explode.
I hope so. This is the Death Spitters. They're hitting on 4s. It's quite good. The strength 5, so 5's the wound. 2 wounds. It's -1.
Okay. 4 ups. Save 1, fail 1.
Okay, and then the Venom Cannon.
So how much damage was that?
1.
Alright, he's got a single wound left.
Venom Cannon. 3 shots.
Ooh. Right, I think this Hellhound's had it.
2 hits. Strength 8. 2 wounds.
Alright.
-2.
Okay, 5 ups. Saved 1, failed 1, but it was not enough. That Hellhound luck has unfortunately not returned this time. He goes boom, and, well, he goes boom on a dice roll of I forget what. Okay, it does explode on a 6, but yeah, add 2 to the result if it's a Hellhound instead of a Bane Wolf or a Devil Dog. So, yeah, on a 4+ it goes bang, and I don't have any command points left to reroll this, so it goes bang. Okay, kablam, those big Prometheum tanks on the back are going kaboom! So that means the Hydra, the second Hellhound, and the Baneblade are all going to take D3 mortal wounds, so...
Hydra.
Nice save. Takes 2.
I meant to do that. Hellhound.
Also takes 2.
And the Baneblade.
Takes 2. Nice. Okay, the Stinger salvos on this Tranifex here fired at the Baneblade, and they actually did a wound, so I need to save. Any AP?
-1.
4 up. Saved.
Okay. And then we've got the bioelectric pulse from the Trigon.
Okay.
Same target. 3 hits. And no wounds.
Right.
And we also have a bioelectric pulse from over there with containment spines.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What does that do?
It means it doubles the amount of shots on it.
Okay.
So this is firing at Hannibal.
Oh dear. Okay.
And it's 5's the wound. It's going to hit strength 6.
Yep.
2 wounds. -0, 1 damage.
Alright. 3 ups. Saves 1. 1 damage goes through.
Hello.
11 wounds left on him. Now, it's heavy venom cannon time. That's going into the Baneblade from the Carnifexes.
So, Carnifex number 1, 1 shot. Misses.
Ah.
Carnifex number 2, 2 shots. 1 hit.
Okay.
Strength 9, so that's a wound.
Yep.
It's -2.
Right. 5 up. Saved.
Damn.
Thank you, Corn.
However, now we have an assault phase, so
We do. This is something that does not really exist for me, but definitely exists for you. So,
Yep.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yep. This Trigon is charging the Baneblade.
Right. Okay. Overwatch time. Let's go. Right. Overwatch has commenced. The Baneblade has fired so far with its big Baneblade cannon, and we've inflicted 1 successful wound with it on the Trigon. So, -3.
Goes through.
It goes through. So that's a flat 3 damage.
Okay.
We'll do the 2 las cannons now. 1 hit. Apologies. Wound on a 3. It does wound. Again, -3.
Saved.
Saved this time. Alright, cool. And that leaves us with autocannon. Doesn't hit. And I'll gather together all the heavy bolters. Okay, heavy bolters managed to score 2 successful wounds on the Trigon as well. So -1.
4 ups. Pass 1, fail 1.
Alright, so another wound down. So you're taking 4 in total on that thing. Okay, cool. So now the question is, can you make the charge? You need 8 inches because it will be a 9-inch charge, but +1 for adrenal glands. So
For the hive mind.
yes, he makes it. Okay, that makes things interesting.
Hello.
Okay, so it's the Trigon Prime over here charging Hannibal, and I've already rolled for the battle cannon. It's only 1d6 because it's the charge phase, not the shooting phase, so grinding advance doesn't apply. We got 3 shots.
Thanks, commenter.
Yes, it was a YouTube commenter that pointed that out. So, guys, if we get stuff wrong, do point it out in the comments because it does mean we remember it. Just be polite. That's all.
Especially if it helps me in future.
Yeah. So 6s. Damn. Nothing? Alright, so the las cannon does get a hit though. Alright, so this will wound on a 3+. Doesn't wound. Oh, breaking my heart. Okay. Can you make the charge? Again, needing an 8. Because of adrenal glands, and you don't quite get it.
Let's spend a command point on that.
Yeah, I would have. No! It's always the way, isn't it?
Disappointment.
Okay. Alright, so the Trigon Prime does not get in. Hannibal breathes a sigh of relief, and is that it for your charges now?
Yeah, now it's just hitting you.
Fight phase! Sorry, but orcs coming out a bit, because this is going to be awesome. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner we have the Baneblade. In the red corner, or the yellow corner, I forget. I don't watch boxing or wrestling. It's the Trigon, and you're going to use a metric F-load of stratagems, apparently.
Probably. 1 command point for whatever that is.
Voracious Appetite. Use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Tyranids monster or character from your army is chosen to attack. You can reroll all failed wound rolls. Right, so you'd be winning on 5s normally.
Yep.
But you're rerolling everything. So,
yes.
Yikes. Alright. Do your worst.
Okay, so we're hitting on 3s and rerolling 1s because they're scything talons.
Right, that was lucky then.
Okay. Now we're winning on 5s, as mentioned, but rerolling because of the stratagem. Thanks, Winters.
There you go.
Ah, didn't do anything. Okay. 2 wounds through. It's -3 AP and it's D6 damage.
Yikes. Alright, 6-ups. Getting very jammy with my 6-up saves. Right, 1 fails, 1 succeeds.
Okay. 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay, so that brings him down to 20 wounds.
Oh, good.
And now
you get to attack.
The Baneblade strikes back. Alright, so here we go. Now the Baneblade is, it's killier than your average tank in close combat. No one charges one of these things with impunity. It does have a weapon skill of 5+ compared to most tanks, which hit on a 6. But more importantly, it has 9 attacks. And it hits at strength 9 with its adamantium tracks, which are AP -2, damage D3. So, potentially monstrous, this. But we're going to hit on 5s first. That's...
Oh, God.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 hits. That was not remotely average. Okay, so strength 9. So this will read on 3s. Where's with my rolling today? Why can't I roll like this when I go to see Winters, man? Right, anyway.
Oh, am I not good enough for you?
Apparently. Okay, so these are -2.
Okay, so I've got 3 up, so 5 up. Past 2.
Failed 2, so it'll be 2d3. And the adamantium tracks as I try to run over your tail. So that is 3, 4, 5.
5, okay, that's painful.
It's kind of,
puts him
yeah.
down to 3 wounds. Which I think possibly puts him into his bottom bracket.
Yeah.
It does indeed, which means he'll be hitting you on 5s. I'm not going to spend any more command points then.
Alright, so you did 4 wounds to me, I did 5 wounds to you. That didn't go according to plan.
No, not really.
Gonna have to do better. You're gonna have to get up earlier in the morning than that, Mr. Hive Mind, to take on the Baneblade in close combat, apparently. So, alright, well, there you go. Cool. Right, that's the end of your turn, pretty much, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, because no more close combats and no morale once again. There's pretty much no morale in this battle at all, in fact, so... right, over to guard turn 2 now, where I have to suddenly deal with some giant snake dudes in my back lines. Let's see how I manage that. Alright, it's the start of the guard turn now, and before I do any movement, we need to roll the dice. On a 4+, that Hellhound will come back on the table edge. He does not. Okay, so that's definitely good for you, Dan. Right, so no Hellhound respawning at the moment, and now we're going into movement. Okay, it's the end of the guard's movement phase, and the tanks are continuing to surge forward, including the Stormlord, who is very brazenly charging right up to these Tyranid warriors. The Baneblade has remained in combat with the Trigon. The reason for this is because the Baneblade can still shoot, even if it's got enemy units within an inch of it, rather interestingly. So, basically, the way it works is all of its heavy bolters can fire at the Trigon, even though we're in close combat with him. All of his other guns, they've got to shoot other stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay locked in combat with him. I'm going to try and kill him, take off his last 3 wounds with my heavy bolters, and if that doesn't work, I'll just try and run him over again in combat. So, meanwhile, this Lehman Rush at the back here has remained stationary because I'd like to have his heavy bolters and las cannon firing at full ballistic skill. The other 3 Lehman Rushes have crawled forwards another 5 inches, trying to maintain their grinding advanced stuff. And over here, the Hydra has remained stationary in hopes it'll actually hit something. And this Hellhound has shot forward 12 inches, and the Chimera has followed up behind it. The Basilisk once again remaining stationary at the back. So, that's the movement phase for the guards tanks done. No psychic phase, obviously. So, on to the shooting. And I think I'm going to start with this Hellhound. Yep. And I actually want to see what it's in range of, because I might prefer to shoot the Hive Tyrant versus the Haruspecs if I'm in range, so I'll have to check. I'm going to fire everything on the Hellhound at the Haruspecs, just because I don't want to split fire on this one. So I'm rolling the big Inferno Cannon and the Heavy Flamer at the same time, because they'll be wounding and hitting, and AP and damage is all the same for them effectively against the toughness 8 Haruspecs. So 4d6. That's a bit poor, but okay. Okay, it's 11 auto hits in total from both the flame weapons. This will be wounding on 5s. I think I only got 3. Yeah.
I'll take that.
Alright, that's -1.
Okay, so I'm still in cover with the Haruspecs, so 3s. Fail 1.
Okay, just 1 damage.
Okay, down to 7.
Alright, cool. And next up, let's see, I reckon the Hydra. Alright, Hydra's up next. It's going to be firing everything at the Tyrannifex at the back, because the Tyrannifex doesn't have a -1 on it from the Mammoth Rope right now, which means I will be able to at least hit him on 5s. It would be 6s against anything else. So this is all the shots from the big Hydra quad autocannons things. Hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s because it's Cadian and it stood still. So that's not bad at all. Reroll these 2 1s. Get an extra hit. Okay, cool. So this is strength 7 against toughness 8, I believe. So winning on 5s again. I get 3 wounds, and I'm pretty sure I'm -2.
Okay. So if it's -2, it'll be 4 ups.
Okay, so right, 2 failed. That's flat 2 damage each.
Hey.
So 4 wounds down on the Tyrannifex. The heavy bolter now on the hull. Reroll that 1. Gets 1 hit. Doesn't wound though. Okay, Hydra did alright then in the end. Alright, cool. So Hydra done. I'll probably fire the Chimera, and because technically it's got troops inside it, it will be firing the lasgun array as well. I'll come back to you if it actually manages to do anything. Okay, so I decided to fire everything on the Chimera at the Morlock. The lasgun arrays did nothing. The heavy bolter managed to strip 1 wound off it, to my surprise. And now we're firing the multi-laser. So this is 3 shots, hitting on 5s with nothing. Alright, cool. So that's the Chimera done. Now I have some slightly harder decision making to do. Let's start with, I think, the Basilisk. Yeah, the Basilisk at this Morlock, because he's a problem. So this is going to be 2d6 pick highest shots for 6. Box card, amazing. Alright. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, because it's Cadian and it stood still.
Yay.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Alright. So the Morlock is toughness 6. Dropping dice everywhere. And this is strength 9, so yeah, 3s to wound. Man, only 2 wounds. Alright. AP -3.
-3, so effectively -2. 4, 5 up. Pass 1, fail 1.
D3 damage. 3.
Okay. Down to 8.
And the heavy bolter on the Basilisk as well. I know it's modeled with a heavy flamer. Again, it's because the guard tank kits are rubbish and it only came with a heavy flamer for a basilisk, which is a right old laugh. Thanks for that, GW. So it's proxying as a heavy bolter, folks. Alright. Reroll that one. Okay, one hit.
Nope.
No wounds. Okay, basilisk now done. Let's see. The Lehman Rush that stood still. Everything at the Morlock, I think. Last cannon.
Nope.
Doesn't hit. Oh, I should put orders on. Pask. Alright, Pask, me boy. He's gonna put. I've fired the last cannon, it missed, you know, big deal. But Pask, he's now gonna use the order pound to dust. Now on a 4-up, this will affect another unit within 6 inches of him. Yes. So I will put it on the demolisher as well. So the demolisher is also affected by pound them to dust. And his second order. I don't think he can order the same tank again. So, because if it's anything like the infantry orders. So we'll leave it at that for now. So pound them to dust. I just have to make a mental note that it's also on the demolisher. So 2d6 shots from the battle cannon for 7. Nicely on the average. I will take it. Thank you very much. These will hit on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Got a 1. Doesn't translate into a new hit. Alright, so 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. All 3 have wounded. AP -2.
Okay, so 4s. 2 go through.
Right, 2d3. 3, 4, 5.
Ow.
Okay, she's got 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
Alright, and
that's
the heavy bolters on it as well. So, roll that one. That's what I could have done with there. Right, everything. And wounding on 5s. Alright, also again, surprisingly good. So 3 wounds -1. So no minus basically.
Okay, 3 ups. 1 goes through.
Okay, 1 more damage. He's got 2 left. Oh my goodness!
Yay.
Alright. Think, what else am I going to shoot at it? I don't know, I need to think. Okay, next up is going to be the Lehman Rush Demolisher. Now, it's already been ordered by Pask, thanks to his Cadian ability to, what was it, pound them to dust, so it's already got that. Now, the other tank commander is going to order him to re-roll 1s to hit, basically. And on a 4+, I can order something else, because of Laurels of Command. Now I can't. Alright, so it will re-roll its number of shot dice for the Demolisher Cannon, and it'll re-roll 1s to hit, which is nice, because the Carnifexes have got a -1 to hit debuff thing on them. So, the Heavy Bolters, on the other hand, they're going to go into the Morlock and try and finish that off. So, we'll do the Heavy Bolters first. So that is 9 shots here. These will hit on the 5s because I moved, unfortunately. Alright, so we got 3 hits. Reroll that 1. Okay, 3 hits, wounding on 5s. Nothing at all. Alright, now the Demolisher. And, yeah. So, 2d3 for shots. It's firing twice for grinding events. That gives me 4. Yep, I'll take that. I could re-roll one of them, but I'll probably roll something worse. So, okay, we'll take that. So the 4 shots. These will hit on 5s. -1 from the Spore Assists. Also -1 because it moved. However, turret weapons on Lehman Rushes are not affected by moving. So, 5 re-rolling 1s. Oh, I got 1. Okay. Strength 10, I think, for a Demolisher. So
3 to wound.
Yep. It wounds.
Okay, and it's minus
-3.
-3. Okay, so 5 up because of the old cover save stuff. Saved.
Oh no!
Good.
Demolisher whiffed. Big time. Okay. Well.
Next.
Yeah, next indeed. So I guess Pask, me old lad. Oh boy. Alright. So Oh my goodness. Alright, he's going to split fire. Oh no. His las cannon is going to go at the Morlock, and his battle cannon is going to go at... Oh, let's see. Carnifexes again, I think. So we'll do the las cannon first. This will hit on 2s, because Pask. Yes. Very good. Alright, it wounds on 3. It wounds. AP minus 3.
5 up again. No.
No! Okay, d6 damage.
Please roll a 1. Thank you. Got 1 wound left.
Good! Alright, so... might be able to plink some heavy stubbers into it or something, I don't know. Alright, so... the battle cannon, meanwhile... Good grief. Alright, 2d6. 10. Very good. Okay, I made a tiny little mistake there. The last cannon would have hit on 3s because he moved. But it rolled a 6, so it doesn't matter. But I did catch it. So, right, now it's the battle cannon, which will indeed be hitting on 2s. Actually, no, it won't be hitting on 3s because of Spore Assists on the Carnifex, and I'm dropping dice again. Give me that back. Alright, so, 3s to hit. Let's go. Okay. That could have been much worse.
Hello.
Alright, and let's see. 3s to wound. Oh, yeah. That's not
4
bad. 4 at minus 2.
Okay, so effectively minus 1 4-ups. Pass 2, failed 2.
Alright, 2d3. 5.
5.
Getting lots of 5s on my damage
Wow,
rolls
so
here.
it's got 3 left.
Cool beans. Alright, final tank commander. That gentleman there. It's going to be the same procedure. Actually, let's see if his heavy flames are in range. Alright, final tank commander here. His heavy flames are still not in range of anything, but his battle cannon is going again at the Carnifex over there. His heavy bolter and his heavy stubber are going into the Morlock. Hopefully I can plink off that last wound with it. So let's do the heavy bolter first.
So this is 4s because you moved?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, 1 hit. Wound on a 5.
Nope.
No, it does not. Alright. Yeah. Come back, come back, dice. There we go. Right. Heavy stubber. No, I can't reroll 1. Okay, 5 to wound. Right, it does wound.
Right. It's a 2-up save, effectively.
Yeah, no AP on this, and you've
What
got
could possibly go wrong? Ooh, it's a 2.
Okay, yeah, there's a bit
Just survives thanks to
bit
the
of glare
colour
on the
save.
dice from the lights there, but yeah, it's a 2. Yeah, right.
Still hanging out on 1 wound.
So, battle cannon then, into the Carnifex, 2d6 shots, only 5, no. It's all falling apart. Alright, hitting on 4s. Okay, that's not bad though, and wounding on 3s. Okay, 2 wounds, minus 2.
4-ups. Failed them both.
2d3 damage. For 6!
It's dead.
Dead Carnifex. They don't do death throws, do they, Carnifexes? Nope. So that's good at least. Right, the only thing I have left now is the Stormlord.
And the Beyblade.
Oh yeah, and the Beyblade. Alright, so...
I'm happy for you to not do the Beyblade. It's fine.
It's because it's in combat, and normally you can't shoot when
Stops
you're in
it.
combat, so yeah, alright, so...
Stupid super heavies.
Okay, let's have a think. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Stormlord's up next. It's heavy stubbers, and one of the twin heavy bolters is going into the Morlock to try and finish it off. And everything else is going into that Trigon Prime over there.
Eep.
So, first twin heavy bolter, 6 shots at the Morlock. Okay, that's a thing that happened. Okay, heavy stubbers. Right, yeah, it's going to be 6 shots. Alright. 3 hits. And this will be wounding on 5s. I get 1 wound.
Okay, and it's the 2-up again.
No!
Still
Alright,
stands.
so let's do everything else then. So,
This could hurt.
everything else at the Trigon Prime. This Morlock, man. What the hell? What the hell? That's more like it. 2 shots missed. I really needed that on the Morlock.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Winning on 5s. We have 1, 2. That's just it. 2 wounds.
Okay.
Minus
-1's 4 ups. He doesn't have the cover save because he did declare a charge.
All right.
So it just falls for him. No. Nope. 2 wounds down.
Okie dokie. And now the big kahuna, which is the Vulcan Mega Bolter, the Titan weapon. It's a weapon that usually is found on Titans, so it's pretty beefy. So let's get all the dice for that. Alright, so here we go. 20 shots from that Vulcan Mega Bolter into the Trigon Prime. It has been pointed out by Dan that it is a little bit preposterous that it can shoot backwards like that when it doesn't have a turret. I kind of agree, but at the same time, I want it dead, so I don't care. Damn the narrative! I'm shooting it anyway! Okay. Alright, that wasn't the best, but we'll take it. So, this many wounds on... right, this is strength 6. So, 5s? Or is it 4s?
It is toughness 4, 6 rather, so 4s.
All as it is. Alright, so... You've got 4 minus 2, sir.
Okay, 5 ups. Pass 1, so that's 6 damage.
Yep, 2 damage each, so...
It's down to 4 wounds.
4 wounds remaining. Very good. It's not dead, but... yeah, wishful thinking, I think, really. Oh yeah, of course, we've got 2 last cannons. Thank you for pointing that out.
Never mind.
Never mind, they both missed.
Good.
Alright, so...
Just
all
the big boy.
we've got left is the Baneblade, who's going to be splitting fire like mad right now, so... okay, commence Operation Kill All of the Snecks. Right, so we're splitting fire thusly. The Twin Heavy Bolters can shoot this guy, so they're all going to shoot this Trigon here. The Demolisher Cannon and the Auto Cannon are going to be firing at the Morlock to try and finally finish him off. The Baneblade Cannon and the 2 Las Cannons will be shooting at the Trigon Prime over there. If I manage to pull this off, it will be unbelievably cool. If I don't, it's going to be unbelievably inconvenient. So, we'll start with the 2 Las Cannons. 1 hit. And winning on a 3+. No.
Good start.
Okay. Right. 3d6 from the Baneblade Cannon. Not a very good. Still continuing. Did not roll very well here. Okay, so we've got.
It's only got
5.
Be fine.
Yeah, these are d6 damage each. So yeah, fair enough. Okay, wounding on 3s. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at -3. So
Right, I need 6s then. No, he's dead.
he is extremely dead. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Next up, Demolisher Cannon and Auto Cannon into the Morlock. Auto Cannon first. Both hit. Strength 7, so winning on 3s. 1 wound, AP -2, I think.
Save. Oh no, auto cannon's -1.
Excuse me, is it -1 or 2?
It's -1 for
Is it
a
-1?
regular auto cannon.
I might have
Unless
counted it as
unless it's
-2 earlier.
Special auto cannon.
Right, yeah, I think I might have counted as -2 earlier. I might have wounded something I shouldn't have or something. Whoops. It's actually -1. Of course, you're right. Yeah, I was thinking of the bloody Helverin ones on the night, the Imperial Knights. I'll be doing some Imperial Knight stuff. So. Anyway, right, so you saved that. Demolisher.
Cannon.
D3 shots. 1. Okay. It hits at least. And it'll strength 10, so it'll wound on 3s. No. No.
The snack lives.
No. All right. Busy the Twin Heavy Bolters into the Trigon now. Okay, that was the amount of firepower that Morlock has soaked up, mate. He's earned his points. I'll say that much. Good grief. All right. So Twin Heavy Bolters now into this Trigon. Okay, only 6 hits there, I'm afraid. Wounding on 5s. We have 2 wounds. -1.
4 ups then. 1 past
Okay.
1. He's got 2 wounds left.
Alright, so that brings us to the end of the shooting phase. I will not be no, I won't be declaring any charges. I could charge with the Stormlord. I could even try and charge some tanks into the Morlock to try and finish it off, but it just seems like such a stupid idea. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. That would be dumb. These tanks only hit on a 6 in close combat, and they've got 3 attacks each, so forget it. If all that firepower couldn't kill it, that's not going to, I don't think. Right, so Baneblade now. No charges. Fight phase. Let's go. So 9 attacks once again. And these will hit on 5s. With the adamantium tracks, and that was a 6, but yeah. That is 3 hits. And strength 9. Strength a lot, anyway, at least, because it's strength user. So winning on 3s. 2 wounds. AP -2.
5s. No, it's enough.
D3 damage.
Well, it's only got 2 wounds left.
Oh, well, there you go, yeah.
Does it go crazy? No.
No. Bye! The Morlock survived, but his other snake buddies did not. I will... Shall I consolidate into the Morlock and let it attack me, but prevent it from attacking other stuff? Yeah. Alright.
That sounds like a sound tactical choice to me.
The Baneblade can take it. The Lehman Rush is, I think, less so. So we'll do that. I'll consolidate into the Morlock. The Morlock is now available to fight me back, though, having done that. So Morlock into the Baneblade.
Okay, so the Morlock is very poorly now. So he's got loads of attacks, but they're going to be hitting on 6s.
I sympathise, Mr. Morlock. I'm a bit poorly as well.
First of all, he's got his biostatic rattle, which hits.
Oh, nice.
He's currently at strength 4, so he's wounded on 6s. No.
Okay.
Then he's got a big load of attacks with his scything talons. These are rerolling 1s.
There's a 1.
3 1s.
Couple of 1s. Yeah, a few 1s actually.
No help, so 1 hit that doesn't wound. And then finally he's got his distendable jaws. So 6 to hit. No.
Oh, it didn't take a bite out of me. Wow.
Nothing.
Alright, so that's the end of my turn. No morale, of course. So, yeah, that's the lot. Over to Tyranids now. Turn 2. So, let's see what their response to this is going to be. Alright, it's Tyranid's turn to move and phase. The following has happened. The Morlock has pulled out of combat with the Baneblade. Doesn't want to get squished by the Baneblade in his own turn, basically, is what I've been told.
Yeah, I've got to make you work for it.
Right.
That last wound.
And, that last wound, damn it! And basically everything else has just come this way.
We've kind of done this.
Yeah.
The Tyrannosaurus have both not moved. I've measured up some ranges. They're both in range to do things.
Yes.
The Hive Tyrant's moved up. He's within 8 inches now of the Hellhound, so he can also hit with his gun. But he's not within 6 inches, so if it explodes, it won't kill him.
Damn it.
However, the Haruspex definitely is within 6 inches.
Right.
Because he's lining up a potential charge if it's still there, or ideally after it's gone, on something behind it.
Yeah.
Carnifex is here. Carnifex and 1 I've gone round. I did think about sending them over towards the Baneblade, but it's a bit too far away, so I think we're going to just try and punch that and hope for the best in Overwatch.
Yep.
And the Warriors have got there to be annoying, plink a few wounds or something, hopefully. And I have hopes of them maybe charging and tying up that tank commander over there.
Ah, I see.
And blocking you back a bit and being annoying.
Yeah, this is the downside of the tank army. The upside is, holy crap, do you have lots of guns. On the other hand, it's really easy to shut them down with melee guys charging them. So.
Well, you say that.
Yeah,
I haven't done it yet.
I mean, I'm not Tau, so I can't just get like all of the tanks to shoot you all at the same time and hit on 5s in Overwatch or anything crazy like that. But still, each individual tank does pump out quite a lot of DACA. So, okay, Psychic.
Yes. So with the Psychic phase, the Hive Tyrant is going to cast the Horror on the Stormlord.
Right. Yeah, Stormlord, you got it.
Nice. Got in one. No, it's not.
Oh dear.
And then we're going to cast Smite on the Hellhound. Yes, we are.
That was
D3.
that was almost a super smite.
3 wounds.
All right. That puts this guy down at 6. I don't think he's long for this world. Somehow.
Good.
Call it a hunch. All right, we're beginning the shooting phase with this Hive Tyrant shooting at this Hellhound and auto hitting, I believe now.
Okay, so we've got D3 shots.
Ah,
Okay, so as mentioned, it's within 8 inches, so the miasma cannon auto hits. Strength 9, so 3s to wound. Okay.
yeah, that Hellhound luck at it again.
Never mind.
All right.
Never mind. I guess I'll shoot the grabby tongue at it.
Yay.
Missed.
Wait, his tongue is a ranged weapon?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I think it can fire in combat as well.
Oh wow.
Which is hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next then?
That's a good question. I think we will go to this guy,
Alright.
the acid spray. As previously mentioned, he hasn't moved, so he will get to fire twice.
Right, double the acid spray,
and I am
double
going
the
to
fun.
spend 2 command points on pathogenic slime once more.
Okay, yeah, that gives you extra point of damage, right?
Yep. So this could hopefully be nasty. Leaves me on 1 command point left, and he's going to fire everything at the Bane Blade.
Sweet.
So I'll do the Stinger salvo first, just because that also gets to shoot twice. 3 hits.
Very good.
5 to wound, nothing.
Right.
Okay, and then the important bit.
The very important bit.
So
So is this like an auto-hitting kind of a deal?
Yes, it is.
Right.
18 inch, 2d6 auto hit. Shooting twice, it's 4d6 effectively.
Yikes.
This is where we want a good roll. That's quite a good roll.
That's a pretty good roll, yeah. Okay, so that was 18 auto hits, so
It's down to
Right.
strength 6.
I'm knocking the table with my knee. Oh dear.
Strength 6, so it's wounded on 5s. And it's -1 d3 damage, but +1 because of the stratagem, so
Ugh.
5s are good. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't very good.
I got pretty lucky there.
Yeah, so it's -1 saves.
Alright, 4 ups. Nothing.
I'll take that. So
D3 plus 1 each, right?
Yep. So 3,
Three,
6, 7, 10 wounds.
Oh, that was. Oh god. Okay, that thing is nasty. So that takes the Bane Blade down to 10 wounds. It was on 20. It's now on 10. That is ridiculous. He needs to die. All right. So now we've got the other Tyrannifex firing his rupture cannon at the Stormlord over there.
Correct. So 4's to hit. 3 hits.
Okay.
Strength 10, so 3's to wound. 2 wounds. I did check, it's -3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 6 ups. No.
Okay, so
It adds to a 6, but no.
2d6 damage then.
4.
I'm going to use my last command point on that one.
Okay.
Then it's done.
No more command points for either of us.
There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, that brings them down to 18 wounds left. Okay, these warriors are firing at the Hydra all the way down here with their guns. So,
Death Spitters first from the front 2.
right.
Hitting on 4s. Okay.
Okay.
Wounded on 5. 1 wound at -1.
4 up save. Bossed
Okay.
it.
And then the Venom Cannon gets 2 shots, of which neither hit. Okay.
Right, that was a bit of a whiff.
Let's move straight on to this Venom Cannon then.
Right.
He's going to shoot at. I guess we'll shoot. I'll shoot the Hydra as well. Why not?
Alright then.
1 shot. Hits. Doesn't wound. Okay.
Oh,
That's
dear.
fine.
Venom Cannon's not doing it today. So, charge phase then.
Oh, cool.
This one's pretty easy.
Yes, he's going to charge the Hellhound.
Alright, so I better get my auto-hitting stuff of doom ready. Okay. Okay, rolling both flamers together against the higher specs because wounding and AP and damage is the same. 46 auto hits. Let's get something. Oh, that's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I don't know how many that was exactly. I just added the dice based on the numbers, and I can barely hold all of them, so lots auto hitting, and now wounding on 5s. Alright. Not bad. Okay, that was 7 at -1 and it took 4 wounds. I thought I'd pressed the record button, it turned out I hadn't. Whoops. So it does survive though, on 3 wounds remaining.
And it's in combat.
And it's definitely in, to nobody's surprise.
I'm gonna do
we're going to do a weird charge, are we?
Charging weirdly!
Yes! Alright, so... Very good. Ample opportunities to pile into other stuff. Right, other charges then.
Over here. Carnifex.
Right.
Charge that.
Oh boy, okay, Overwatch.
Good luck.
Let's do it. Alright, las cannons. Nothing. Heavy stubbers. Away! Nothing. Right. Now we've got the many dice guns. Heavy bolters. We got 1, 2, 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. -1.
1 goes through.
Yay! And now I need to get 20 dice. Alright, Vulcan Mega Bolter. 20 shots. Some hits. 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. That kills me inside. Alright.
He's in.
To nobody's surprise. Charge made. Okay. Rawr. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, what else?
Old One Eye's going to do the same.
Ah, okay. Well, I can't overwatch him, so...
Good. 5 will do.
Although... Could I overwatch him? I'm thinking in terms... That's just so we can't. I mean, I'm thinking in terms of, you know how these super heavies have that weird rule about being able to shoot while still within 1 inch of an enemy? Technically, you might be able to fire with the heavy bolters or something. I don't actually know. Let me check that, because that could be important. Alright folks, so this one frankly is open to interpretation. There may be an FAQ thing on this. I don't... Right. I'll level with you guys. I don't read the FAQs. I'm too lazy. So there might be an FAQ on this. I don't know. But basically, the rule for the Stormlord and all the super heavies just says it can still fire weapons if there are enemies within 1 inch of it. It doesn't mention anything about it being the shooting phase. It just says it can fire weapons. However, if you look at the Overwatch rule in the core rules, it says that units with an enemy within 1 inch of them cannot fire Overwatch. So I do not know which rule takes precedence here. I'm going to roll on the safe side and say that it can't fire again with its other weapons, with someone else charging into it. So I feel like that's how it's intended to be interpreted by the rules makers. But if I'm wrong, oh well. So yeah, Older One Eye's in, and I'm not firing Overwatch at him. So.
Cool. So the warriors are going to try and charge this command tank.
Very good.
I have pre-measured. They are slightly more than 8 inches away, for obvious reasons.
Okay, well I'll try do my thing. D6 with the battle cannon for 2. Nothing.
Take that.
And right. So yeah, no heavy flamers, but heavy stubber.
Ooh. 2.
I should have done heavy bolters, never mind. Alright, this is a wound on 4s. 1 wound.
4 up save. Passed.
Alright. Heavy bolters. 1 hit. Wound on a 3. Does wound.
5 up save. Failed. 1 goes through.
Right, cool. Did a point of damage at least. Can you make the 8 inch charge though?
Okay, so I need an 8, but I've got adrenal glands for +1, so I need a 7.
Alright.
That's a 6.
Nope.
Ooh, sad times.
Well, it's just you needed the average there, and you were slightly shy of it. Never mind. All right. Any other charges?
That's it for now.
Well, there's Hive Tyrant here.
Nah, he's not going to charge into the Hellhound. It's going to explode and kill him.
Oh right, yeah, good point. Okay, so I've knocked the table again. There's lots of earthquakes on this planet right now. You see, it's all the burrowing monsters. Cool. Fight phase then coming up in a second. Okay, first up, it's going to be the high respects.
So we're going to pile in like this.
Whoop. All right. Okay, so you've locked up. Yep, all 3 of them.
Yay! And then we're going to throw attacks on that Hellhound.
Cool.
Hitting on 5s now because he's only got 3 wins left. I'm using the shoveling claws. 2 hits.
Very good.
That's good. It's only strength 5 now because of its degradation, but the shoveling claws double up to 10, so it's wounded on 3s. 1 wound.
Alright.
It's -3 and it's d6 damage.
Okay, 6 up. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, it's
6.
dead. It's gone. Does it blow up? Yes.
Okay.
Alright, well, yeah, everything. So, D3 on
oh dear.
big fella. Oh, 5 or 6 here. 5 or 6. Give me 5 or 6. I want this. Oh.
No, thank you.
No, just 2.
Okay, he's got 1 wound left.
And you can roll damage on
Right. Hydra.
these 2 if you like.
Takes 1,
Alright.
and the Chimera takes 2.
Okay. Alright, moving over to the northern flank here, from my perspective at least. The Carnifexes.
Okay, so the regular Carnifex, it's got 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s normally, but because he's standing next to Old One Eye, he gets a +1 to that, so hitting on 3s.
Do you not also do mortal wounds when charging?
That's a very good point, I do. So on a 4 up he does a mortal wound. Yes.
Oh. Ouch.
And I might as well do our 1 eye while remember on a 4 up he does D3
Go
mortal
for it.
wounds.
Ah.
For 3.
Ow. Right,
That's
then.
4 mortal wounds off to start with.
14 wounds.
That's a good start.
That's not great at all.
Thanks for reminding me.
Ah.
So the Siding Talons, now hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All hit.
Everything hits.
He is only strength 6, so I am wounding on 5s. I get a 1 wound through. It's -3 and a flat 3 damage.
6 up. Saved.
Nice. And then he's got his little Thresher Scythe for D3 attacks. 1, which misses.
Yay!
Roll that. Then we'll move on to good old One Eye.
Alright.
Good old One Eye.
Oh, scary bastard. Alright, Old One Eye, attacking with his big old claws and they're hitting on 2s, aren't they?
Yes, he usually hits on 3s, but he gets +1 for being within 6 inches of himself, and +1 for charging, but also -1 because he's using his claws, which adds up to +1 and a 2 up. Which all hit, just about. With the claws, he is up to strength 14, so he's winning on 3s. So that's 4 wounds. It is -3 and it's 3 damage.
4 6s, how hard could it be? Make 1. 3 go through, so that is
9.
Ah!
And then he's got his little tail for 2 attacks that both hit. And it's only strength 7, so 5's the wound, no wounds.
Right. So, you just did 9 damage to me.
Good.
9 damage. Okay, the Stormlord's now on 5 wounds remaining. That's really, really, really scary. That's Carnifexes for you though. They are designed to murder tanks, and that is exactly what they're doing. So, moving down here, my turn to fight back. Each of these little tanks here has got 3 attacks each, hitting on 6s. Try and run you over. I got a hit, yay! Alright, and this will be wounding on, what's your toughness?
8.
5s. No. Alright. And then up here, I'm going to go check what this Stormlord actually gets on his lowest damage bracket. Alright, the Stormlord still hits on a 5+ with his adamantium tracks. Unfortunately now though, he only gets 3 attacks instead of the full 9 he would at full health, which is oh so bad. Alright, so hit on 5s. 1 hit. This is going to be on the wounded Carnifex by the way, so. And this is strength like 9 I think, so wounding on a 3+. Damn it!
Good.
Alright, nothing done there. That's the end of the fight phase. And, ooh, that was a nasty one for me. Alright, so no morale to do as usual, because it's a tank army. So, right, it's going to be over to the Imperial Guard's turn 3. And I've got a lot of threats right now that need to be dead. Stuff that jumps out at me right now is these Carnifexes and this guy here, Mister. I'm going to take 10 wounds off your damn Baneblade. So, and I've still got this Morlock to get rid of as well. So, not great. I don't think. Yeah. Well. Okay. Right. We'll just go into my movement phase and we'll see what happens. Okay, folks, it's the guard's turn 3 movement phase. I think we're on turn 3. We've had a big break in between turns, so this is what's happened. Basically, everything has stayed still with a few exceptions. The Baneblade has moved forward here to block this passage through the rocks here, but more importantly, to provide this tank with line of sight on the Haruspecs. And while we're in this area, the Hydra and the Chimera have both fallen out of combat and headed this way. Because remember, I get points for having my units in this half of the table, so I need to keep pushing forward. So that's the plan, basically. Everything else says, oh, and the Stormlord fell back out of combat as well. And aside from that, everything else has...
Just remember, you've got Hellhounds to roll for.
That's true, I do. Alright, well, we'll do that in a second as well. But yeah, and everything else has stayed still because I need full ballistic skill with rerolling ones where I can get it. So, yes, and also, I've got a pair of Hellhounds that I want to come back on a 4+, so...
That's good.
No, so, okay, no Hellhounds for me. And, yeah, let's move on to shooting. So, I'm going to start with this tank over here. I'm going to have Pask give him an order. I think, let me see, pound them to dust? Pound them to dust sounds good. We'll give him pound them to dust. On a 4+, it can affect another unit. No. So, Pask still has one of the order remaining. I'll use that later. So we'll start with this tank. Las Cannon and the Battle Cannon, they're going to go into the Haruspecs with this toughness 8. The Heavy Bolters are going to go into the Morlock, and maybe I'll get lucky. So we'll try the Heavy Bolters first. 6 shots. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Re-roll that 1. Okay. 4 hits. And now, this is going to be wounding on 5s. I got 1.
Is that Heavy Bolter on the Morlock?
Yeah, -1.
Pass because of the cover.
This Morlock, man. What the hell? Alright, so the Battle Cannon.
Yep, he didn't charge or advance, so...
2d6 shots. Okay, and pound to dust allows me to reroll that 1. Okay, cool, so that's 9. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Re-rolling those 1s. Excellent. Alright, so we've got 5 hits. And these will wound on 4s. 3 wounds. AP -2.
Okay, so 5 ups, because he doesn't get a cover. Because he charged.
Yep.
Ooh!
Just managed to get one through.
Okay, he's only got 1 wound left, so that'll do it.
Right.
Are those tanks within 3 inches of him?
Maybe. I'll measure it. Alright, so they are both within 3 inches, and he does do an explodey thing.
Right, here we go. Winters. No.
Phew. What I'm going to do, I think, is the Basilisk is going to fire its Earthshaker at this Tyrannofex here with the horrifying acid spray, and its Heavy Bolter that is going to go into the Morlock. Come on. Alright, so Heavy Bolter first. Heavy Bolter first, English, is occasionally difficult. So we get 1 hit. Okay, 5 to wound. Yes, it wounds, okay. -1.
Save.
Damn it, man! Alright, so the Earthshaker, 2d6 pick the highest. 6, yes! So good that pick the highest on the Basilisk, it actually makes it proper reliable. Alright. And yeah, you're going to -1 because of the the Malanthrope?
That's correct.
Right, I tried to remember that one because it sounds like Melanthrope. So, right, hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling the 1. Come on. No. Alright, we got 1 hit. Strength 9.
That's 8.
It's not good. It's not good, guys.
Sigh of relief.
Alright, Alright, so what I'm going to do next actually is this Demolisher. So Pask is going to order him to pound of dust as well. On a 4+, it will affect the other tank commander. Damn it. Alright, so... Right, the Demolisher Cannon is going to be firing at... I guess the wounded Carnifex. I think he's out of range of the Tyrannifex. It's a 24-inch range on the...
A quick check for you, if you like.
Do it.
24 is there. It's out of range of the base.
Just
so.
slightly out, that sucks. Alright, well,
Then
fine. I will shoot the wounded Carnifex with the demolisher cannon.
Okay.
The heavy bolters on it, all three of them, will target that freaking Morlock. Alright, so, we'll do this first. 2d3 for 3. Actually, I'm going to re-roll this. No. Okay. Right, so 3. Hitting on 5s, rolling 1s.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, yes. Alright, that's 2 hits. Strength 10, I think. Well, 3's to wound either way.
Yep.
Alright, 1 wound. AP minus 3.
Okay, so 6 up because he did charge.
Don't you dare.
Nope.
Good. Right, this is d6. For 4.
Okay, he's down to 3 wounds.
Alright, put a dent in him. Alright, good. And the heavy bolters now. So, I got 3 of them. 9 shots. 4s are rolling 1s. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Yeah, 1 wound. God damn it, man! This is ridiculous. Alright.
You're going to have to shoot something good at him.
Thinking time. Alright, this is not good. This Morlock has definitely earned his keep this game. The amount of fire he has just eaten is completely and utterly absurd. This tank commander's up next. His heavy flamers are unfortunately out of range of anything. That was a little bit of an error on my part. I should have moved him forward so that he could flame with those, but never mind. His heavy bolter and his heavy stubber, though, will be firing again at the Morlock. And his battle cannon will be firing at this monstrosity.
Okay.
And he is ordering himself to pound them to dust. And I'm going to see the final 4 up if I can. Yay! Laurels of Command finally kicks in. So he's also going to order himself to strike and shroud. So that means he can pop smoke this turn and still shoot. So he'll have a -1 to hit on him next turn.
Cheeky.
Right, so heavy bolter on the Morlock. We get 2 hits because he's a commander and hits on 3s. And 5 to wound. Damn it. Alright.
Heavy stubber.
Heavy stubber. 3 hits. 2 wounds.
Uh-oh. Passed.
Oh dear. Alright.
A hero Morlock.
Alright, battle cannon then. 2d6. Rerolling both of those, I think. That's much better.
That was wise.
Okay, 4s to hit this guy because of the Malanthrope. Rerolling 1s. There's a 1. Alright, so we've got quite a few hits actually. I like it. Alright, strength 8, 4s to wound. We've got 2 wounds.
Okay, -2.
Yeah.
Effectively becomes -1. So 4 ups. Damn.
Haha! 2d3. For 5.
Oh, he's down to 2 wounds left.
Excellent.
It's bad times.
Excellent. That's really good news, actually. Okay. Right. That gives me options. So. Pask now, I think. He's not going to bother with the Morlock at all. He's going to fire his last cannon at this guy and the battle cannon as well. So last cannon first, hitting on a 3, rerolling 1s. Excellent. He hits. Wounding on a 3, strength 9. Oh no. And the battle cannon. He's out of order, so he's not pounding to dust. So I got to deal with what I get here, which is 9. That's fine. All right, here we go. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And wounding on 4s. Very nice.
Uh-oh.
You have 5, 6 at -2, so.
Okay, so 4 ups. I fail 3 of them. He only had 2 wounds left, so that's that.
Goes pop.
It doesn't go pop, he just dies.
Okay. That's that removed. That was scary. That was really scary. I wish I'd shot him sooner, frankly, but okay. Didn't know what the acid spray did. I am slowly learning what Tyranids can do purely through trial and error in most of my games lately. So. Okay, folks, it's Baneblade time, and this is what is happening. The heavy bolters, the lot of them. I'm ignoring the Morlock. Don't care about him anymore. I'm fed up with him. I'm thinking actually what I might try and do is charge him with the Baneblade at the end of my shooting phase here to get rid of him that way. So, but in the meantime, all the heavy bolters are shooting at these warriors, and all the big stuff is going to shoot at the Carnifex, even though I'll only be hitting on 6s, which is a pain in the bum, but it is what it is. So we're going to do that. First off, I'm going to use the las cannons on the Carnifex over there. I can't shoot all one eye, annoyingly, but never mind. So this will be 6s rerolling 1. Actually, no, I don't get to reroll 1s because I'm not in a super heavy detachment. I'm in an auxiliary. Sorry, I hate that roll. All right, missed. The auto cannon gets a hit. Strength 7. So wounding on 4+. Damn. And
Demolisher.
Demolisher, indeed. Right. D3 for 2. Nothing.
Big gun.
It's like fighting an Overwatch. It's amazing. All right, big gun. 3d6. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Baneblade cannon. Let's do it. Need some 6s here. I don't get a single one.
Good-o.
Duh. All right. And heavy bolters next at the warriors. Okay, now the heavy bolters at the warriors. 5s this time. Hello! Could have done with that a minute ago. God damn it. Alright.
Find all the 6s.
Alright, 3s to wound. We got.
I'll take that.
Pathetic. Alright, 2 wounds, -1.
Okay, 5 ops. Pass 1, fail 1.
Alright. Chipped
So
another
that
wound.
tank did 1 wound on a warrior.
Oh, no.
That's the effect of degradation.
Alright, so that leaves me with the Stormlord now. And the Stormlord, because it's so damaged, it's hitting on 6s, which means that because of the -1 on this Carnifex with the Sporocysts, it auto misses the Carnifex. I really hate -1 to hit shenanigans in 40k edition. I particularly hate it when you don't have a rule like the Orcs that says you always hit on a 6. And yeah, we don't get that as guards. We're not special like the Greenskins, so yeah, I can't shoot the Carnifex with any of the guns on this Stormlord at all. They will auto miss. Alright, tell you what, heavy stubbers and a twin heavy bolter will go into the Morlock, see if I can finally kill the bastard. And everything, the twin las cannons into the Tyrannifex, the rest, including the Vulcan Mega Bolter, will go into these warriors, and hopefully I can just eliminate them completely. So that's the plan. Let's get some dice. Alright, stubbers first on the Morlock. Nope. Okay, twin heavy bolter. I should have probably put more on the Morlock. No, I forgot for a second there I was hitting on 6s. Never mind. No. Okay, good. Las cannons at Tyrannifex. No. Okay, good. And
Lots of guns at the little ones.
yeah. Excuse the coughing, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I can't control it. The remaining 2 twin heavy bolters are the warriors. That's 2 hits. And wounded on 3s. 2 wounds.
Okay, 5 ups. 1's dead.
Right, you keep bossing these 5 up side. It is irritating. Alright, so now it's going to be the Vulcan Mega Bolter to try and finish off those 2. Alright, 20 shots from the Vulcan Mega Bolter at these warriors. I could quote statistics here, but let's see what the dice think. Some hits, good. Alright, that was a very unstatistical 7 hits actually there, which I am not going to complain about. Thank you very much, Dice Gods, for throwing me a bone. Alright, wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds through. -2.
Okay, so 6s. Past 2.
God damn it, man.
2 damage, was it?
It is 2 damage,
okay,
yeah.
so that's 1 down to 1 wound.
Alright. Okay, so... my already low expectations were not really met that turn. What have I actually done?
I killed Tyranids.
I killed Tyranids. Okay, that was very good.
You killed a warrior, and you killed the
Haruspex is gone as well.
Haruspex.
Yeah.
And notably didn't yet kill the 1 wound.
Alright, I think
Snaky
it's now a case of drive me closer, I wish to hit them with my sword. The Baneblade's going to charge the Morlock. Does it have any ranged weapons?
Nope.
Good.
Beep.
I'll roll this. I need to measure this.
Beep.
Okay, attention, this tank is reversing. I need a 6 to get in with this Morlock. Yep, got a 7. Attention, this Baneblade is reversing. Bosh. Okay, so... this is so silly. Right.
6 attacks?
6, yep. He's down in the middle bracket at the moment, so top bracket gets 9, middle bracket gets 6, bottom bracket gets 3. 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. Whee, we've got 2. This is strength a lot. Versus your toughness 6 or so. So 3s to wound. Get 1 wound.
3 up save.
-2.
5 up save.
Tension is building. Dude! Like, what can you do but laugh, right? Okay. Do you want to hit it back?
Get it back. Okay, so it's 1 with the tail, 1 with the jaws, and then 6 with the talons. Rerolling 1s because it's a sliding talons. No hits with anything. Okay.
I'm desperately trying to run you over. You're just flailing away like mad. We're not really doing anything. It's all kind of embarrassing. Alright, that concludes Imperial Guard turn 3. Yeah.
Epic.
Okay, here we are at the end of Tyranids turn 3 movement fails. This is what's happened. Rippers and Hive Tyrant and Malanthrope have can move in this direction. I'm going to harass these tanks here. Also probably smite them too. Meanwhile, the Carnifexes and Warriors have piled in over here, probably looking to smash the wounds off the Stormlord there, and get a charge in on that tank commander, even with his heavy flamers. So that's a thing that's happened. Oh, and the Morlock has fallen out for combat as well. So that's the movement. Oh, the Tyranids obviously stayed still back here. So yeah. What happens in the psychic phase, sir?
It's a good question. The Hive Tyrant is going to cast the horror on the Baneblade.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Because hitting on 5 just isn't crap enough.
Great.
Okay, here we go. Damn. It's warp chance value 6. So
I am terrifically happy about that.
haven't got it off all game, but never mind. And then we're going to smite the Chimera that's right next to it. Damn.
I'm even happier about that. Okay. Seems I'm not the only one who can whiff madly.
Only so.
Okay, so is that all of your psychic?
Yep.
Is this thing not psychic?
He's not, no. He's a synapse creature, but he's not a psychic.
Right, you see, because he looks like a floating brain buggy thing,
Yeah,
so...
he's really just a big ball of gas. He just, like, noms up things and digests them.
Oh, I know the feeling,
Floats around.
frankly. It probably describes me at Christmas.
Yeah,
so... Alright, shooting then.
He's probably quite smelly now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Hive Tyrant is actually, how many wounds has the Chimera got?
He's got 9.
9, okay. The Hive Tyrant's going to shoot his miasma cannon at the Hydra,
Right.
which has 8 wounds left apparently.
Yep, that's about right, I think.
I did measure, I am just about within 8, so I can auto hit it, which is nice. So D3 shots.
Do your worst. Oh dear. There we go.
3s to wound. 1 wound this time, which is better than last time.
The Hive Tyrant's not impressed, has he, really?
It's not great, is he? It's -2.
Alright. 5 up. Nope.
It's a flat 3 damage.
Oh dear. Okay, he's got 5 wounds left.
Okay. The Carnifex over there So if you can see, yeah, you can see the Hydra. He's going to shoot his heavy venom cannon over that way.
Oh, wow, really? Okay.
Try and do that Hydra in.
Alright, go for it then.
D3 shots, 2. Hitting on 3s, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, 1 wound. -2 again.
Alright, 5 up. Made it!
I guess the warriors will shoot over there. I don't know if the other one's in range. 24.
Okay, so the Death Spitter on the warrior is going to shoot the tank commander, the venom cannon, the Hydra.
So against the tank commander, 3 hits. No wounds.
Alright.
Venom cannon, 3 shots. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
Very good.
-2.
4 up. Loves it!
Damn it! Oh, disappointment.
Now you know how it feels to fight a Morlock for 3 turns.
Oh well. This guy, he's going to fire his rupture cannon twice at the thingy, Storm Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's always difficult to remember the name of these
Stinger
stupid
salvo
things.
at the Chimera.
Bane, sword, storm,
So
blade.
the big gun first.
Bane Lord.
Oh hello.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Hits. Strength 10, so 3's to wound. 3 wounds. -3.
6 ups. Oh, made 1.
2d6 damage. 6.
Ah.
They have 5 wounds left.
Bye bye. Does it explode?
Please not.
No, it doesn't. It's just wrecked.
Okay.
We're gonna have to come back for that later. The High Command and the Adeptus Mechanicus will both be pretty pissed at us, but we managed to break a Storm Lord on our watch. So, oh dear. All right, and with the Storm Lord destroyed, these guys managed to crawl from the wreckage. 5 Bullgrins and 2 squads of guardsmen, one of which only 7 escaped from, the other which only 8 escaped from. So there were some casualties on the way out of that wreck. Now it's worth pointing out that these guys are not going to count as scoring units for the purposes of the mission. Only my tanks will be scoring units. So they're there as a bit of flavour because the Stormlord doubles up as a transport. Likewise as does the Chimera, so they would have dudes in them being taken forward in this armoured push. So we decided to have some dudes jump out when these tanks die. So that's exactly what's happened. The guardsmen will... they don't even have an officer to give them orders, so the likelihood of them achieving absolutely anything is extremely slim. The Bullgrins, on the other hand, they're kind of dangerous, so that gives Dan something to think about.
It does.
And in the meantime, the shooting phase is done, so you're going into charges now.
Yes.
What are you charging first?
First of all, the Hive Tyrant's charging the Chimera.
Right, very good. Okay, so I will Overwatch, which is 12 shots from the lasgun array. I am using that because there are guys inside it. All right.
Shooting, guys.
Not bad. There's a few hits. Here's just lasguns though. So
it's 6 to wound as well.
Yep.
Nope.
And we don't get anything. So, and in case you're wondering at home, folks, why I haven't gotten people out of these transports sooner, it's because that wasn't really the point of the mission and the narrative. These guys are just here as a little bit of flavour for when the transport things do get destroyed. The plan for this battle was really for none of them to ever get out and just have it be a big tank battle with monsters. You don't want to be a guardsman running out here with dozens of Carnivexes and stuff around.
Well,
so
they're supposed to get out over here somewhere.
Yeah, we're supposed to punch through the lines and have them get out over there. Exactly. So
now they've got to walk.
That's why we're doing this. It's for narrative reasons, not. We're playing it that way for the narrative of the mission, rather than the proper way, which would have been to get the Bullgrins out ages ago and smash face with them. So, in case you're wondering, it's a narrative thing. Don't yell at us. Okay, so lasguns failed. The multi-laser gets a hit.
Wound.
Nope.
L heavy bolter.
Yes. Does get a hit. Does not wound.
Cool.
Sensing a thing.
Hey, look, I'm in.
Yep. There you go.
The Rippers are going to charge in, like so. And Malanthrow's going to try and charge in as well. Yeah.
Everybody's in.
And then over there, we're going to have some fun charges.
Yes.
The Carnifex are going to charge the Bulgarins.
Right. We have
You can throw a grenade at me.
I could throw a frag bomb at you, so we'll do that. 5 bits of shrapnel coming your way, sir. Okay, we get 2 hits. And 1 wound.
Saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Cool. Gonna chomp on some Bulgrins, or possibly they might chomp on him. We'll see what happens.
That is highly likely. Old One Eye is going to charge into the tank commander.
Yep.
In the face of 2 heavy flamers and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, finally get to use the heavy flamers. 2d6.
Oh no!
Our heavy flamer luck is back, guys. All right, 11 auto hits, 5s to wound. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's actually not bad.
Not bad?
That was a 5. That was a 5. It was definitely a 5. Yep. Okay, yeah, 4. I'll take that.
So -1s, so 4-ups.
I'll buy that for $1.
Passes 2, fails 2.
Cool. Takes 2 wounds.
Yep.
How many you got left now?
I think that's his first wounds taken, so I think I put him down to 7.
Oh, right, yeah, no. I got mixed up there. Yeah, that's all.
It's the other one that's hurt.
Alright. Battle Cannon. D6. 2.
Nice.
Get it, nice. Yeah. Get a wound, yeah.
No.
Yeah. D3. For 1.
Okay, I can live with that. Down to 6.
And
Some
a heavy
nip
bolter
guns.
as well. And the heavy stubber in my haste. Right, nothing with the bolter. Oh, actually I can reroll that 1.
Nope.
Doesn't get anything. And the stubber. Reroll the 1. 2 hits with the stubber.
Nice.
6 is to wound. Oh my god! Yes.
3-up saves. Takes another wound. Down to 5.
Marvellous. Alright.
And in he goes.
Okay.
Right, for the first of all, let's remember the mortal wounds on the turn they charge.
Yes, let's do that.
So on a 4-up he does a mortal wound to them. No, on a 4-up he does D3 mortal wounds.
Yes, he does.
Just the 1.
Just the 1, okay.
It's a start.
Right, who do you want to smack first?
Let's go with the Carnifex, smacking the Bulgrins.
Right.
So he's got +1 to hit because he charged, and +1 because he's standing next to Old One Eye, so he's now hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Rerolling 1s for standing talons. Rerolling 1s for standing talons. Okay, so 4 hits.
Well, hey.
His strength's 6, so 3's the wound. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, and he's got a crappy tail attack as well, or one of them, that hits and wounds.
Alright.
I think it might be -1.
Alright, 3-up save then.
Yep,
Saved.
nothing. Well, that was disappointing from him. Let's see if Old One Eye can do any better, shall we?
Let's.
So,
You should be able to, right?
5 attacks, didn't he? He's going to use his claw,
Yeah, I
his
was gonna say.
crushing claws again, so it's still hit on 2 because he charged.
Those big claws.
All hits.
Wow.
He actually gets extra attacks when he rolls a 6 to hit.
Does he indeed?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been forgetting that because he doesn't often get into combat. He usually just dies. Like maybe someone shoots him with a demolisher in the face. Who knows? So that's
Who would do that?
load of hits. And it's strength big. So that's
14 strength, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strength 14. So
It would be 3
no
d6,
2s.
yeah.
So the 3. So then that's 4 at -3, each doing 3 damage.
6 ups. Saved 1, so take 9 wounds, plus the 1 you already gave me. There's 10 wounds off me, I think I've got 2 left.
Okay, he's got a little tail attack as well, or D3, so 2 attacks, 1 hit, doesn't wound.
Alright. Okay, down here with the Chimera, the Ripper's scratched away at the surface of the hull. The gas bag here just kind of did whatever he does in close combat, I don't know. But neither of them did anything, more to the point. And the Hive Tyrant wheeled in there as well, and he managed to get 1 successful wound on the Chimera with AP -3. So here's the save. Bossed it. Invincible Chimera for the win. Sorry about that. Alright, I think that's all of your combats, yes?
Yes. Now
Fighting back time. Alright,
Yeah.
so the Lehman Rush commander gets 1 attack, which does hit actually. So he's going to be strength, I think it's 7. I'm going to go with 7, 4 up to wound. Doesn't wound.
Good.
Meanwhile, the Bulgrins. Ooh, actually, we'll do this thing first.
Sure.
I think it's 3 attacks. Hitting on 6s against the Hive Tyrant. And we get 2 6s. What is going on? Again, strength. What's his toughness?
7.
Alright, let me just check. Alright, strength 6, so 5 to wound. Gets 1 wound.
Failed the save.
Yay! Drove over one of your toes. Alright, okay, and now over here with the Bulgrins, who, they're gonna pile into a fella here.
Okay. That is not going to be a can't affect long for this world.
No, I'm just wondering actually if it was worth piling into old One Eye as well, but no, I'll focus on one at a time. Okay, so these guys have a whole heap of attacks, so I'm going to go grab the dice. Alright, the Ogrins get 3 attacks each. The Bonehead, he gets 4. Bonehead is the guy with the awkward sideways club at the back there. So, here we go, hitting on 3s. Alright, many hits. Now wounding on 4s. Gets the strength 7 with those mauls. And, yeah, that's pretty good. So these are AP minus, I'm looking in the book very quickly, -1. I almost said -2, I'm glad I checked.
6 of them.
Yep.
Okay, so 4s. Only 1 goes through.
Oh, yeah, it's 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. It's got 1 wound left then.
It lives with a wound remaining.
I am very surprised. Maybe it's going to be another Morlock.
Yeah, well, I mean, the again, keep wanting to call them Goliath. Jormungandr are difficult to eradicate. It has to be said. A lot of it because of their cover thing they've got going on. Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am actually. It's a very underrated Hive Fleet tactic, I think. But
So,
anyway,
at the end of the fight phase, we potentially do a mortal wound with the Morlock.
yes,
Not Morlock.
Morlock the-
Malanthrope.
I'm just going to keep calling it the gas bag, I'm afraid.
Yeah, on a 4 up, the gas bag gets too smelly and does a mortal wound to the Chimera.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. The Chimera remains unscathed, somehow. Right. So, I think that's no morale again. So, although I do have some infantry on the field now, which will require morale potentially going forward, but nothing for now. Cool. That's, yeah. In guard turn 4, let's go. Let's just do this. Alright, let's guard turn 4 movement phase summary. First things first, before I did the movement phase at all, got a Hellhound back, yay! Came back on a 4+, and interestingly, nowhere in the rules for sustained assault does it say that you have to stay more than 9 inches away from an enemy when you come in on your table edge. So he's perfectly able to come in there and be within flamer range of that Morlock, which hopefully will finally die.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
Interestingly, also, Dan discovered that technically, even if we were allowing the super heavies to come back on a 4+, technically they couldn't, because the unit has to be wholly within 6 inches of the table edge, and the funny thing about Baneblades is they're more than 6 inches long.
Or wide.
Or wide, yeah. So there's no room for it to come back on with those rules, which is quite amusing. So, but anyway, otherwise, the tanks have stayed still with the exception of this commander here, who has withdrawn from combat ever so slightly. And down here, the Chimera and the Hydra are making a break for it. Chimera's fallen back out of combat and driven off down here. The Hydra's continued trundling forwards. It's got 8 inches of movement now, with its damage bracket being what it is. And yeah, doesn't mean that he can't. I don't think he can hit anything over here at all with his guns because he's moved and everything. So it's -1, and also they don't have fly. And
combat. Oh, I didn't need combat. It's just that one.
so the Hydra's not shooting anything. And in fact, on that note, tell you what, I'm going to just advance the dude. I don't see why not.
Sure.
Another 2 inches. There we go.
That's going to make all the difference.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Which, as it now does, in fact, make all the difference.
I mean, they're points. They're points. And if I can get them down there, That's good. That's good for me because you've got some kill points under your belt now.
3 of them. A whole 3.
Yeah. Right. So I think we're going to go straight into shooting, and we're going to start with this basilisk in the corner just because I happen to be looking at it. It's going to fire, well, heavy bolter, rippers. Something else for it to shoot really. And the Earthshaker at Tyranids at the back there. So
figures.
Heavy bolter first. Let me roll that 1. Okay, 2 hits. Wounding on, I'm sure, 3s at least. No.
Like
Interesting. And then the Earthshaker, 2d6, pick the highest. 6 once again. Very nice.
Dislike.
So would I. Alright, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. There's a couple of 1s. Oh, yes.
3s.
Yep. Oh, that's it. That's everything. That's all of them. 4.
Oh no.
That's -3.
Okay, so effectively -2, so I'm on 5s. Ooh, 3 go through.
3d3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, it's down to 6 wounds.
Cool. Okay, Hellhound next. I'm going to do its flamers separately because this thing is toughness 6 and it will make a difference. So, Inferno Cannon first. For 8. Okay. No bad. Slightly higher than average. Okay, winning on 4s. That's under 12 capture. That's 4 at -1.
So 3 ups because of the cover.
Finally going to kill this thing.
Yes.
Finally. Right, does it do death throws?
Let's find out.
Oh, I saw the 6 for a second there. I was like... There were curse words going through my head.
You have served me well.
The amount of points of stuff he tied up and soaked up is ridiculous.
Good boy.
He's your MVP there, I think.
Yeah.
Right, well done. Alright, I gotta figure out what I'm doing next. Next up, it is the Demolisher. I'm gonna try and, for old time's sake, for the sake of tradition, I'm gonna try and demolish old One Eye. Again, pound them into... Yeah, I was about to do that. Yeah, so, Bask, my old lad here, he is gonna... Yeah, he's gonna say pound him to dust. So, on a 4+, it will affect someone else. Yeah, it does. I don't know if that tank's within 6 of him. I think it is, because he hasn't moved since the last time I measured that, but you can just check for me, that's it.
Yeah, 6.
Good. Alright, so he'll get pounded to dust as well. And the other tank commander is going to order him to re-roll his... Actually, no, he doesn't need to re-roll his ones. He's already in stationary. That's a bit of a waste of time. Forget it then. Alright, so...
Already forgot.
2d3. And I can re-roll it if it sucks. There we go. 4. These will hit on... He doesn't have Sporosis, does he?
No.
So yeah, these will hit on 4 re-rolling ones.
Correct.
We roll those ones. Okay, we got 2 hits. And...
Trash the wound.
Yeah.
I like
Oh, snake eyes. Well, he's not being demolished today. Let's throw some heavy bolters at him out of spite. Fours, re-rolling ones. Okay. We've got a few. Pretty good that actually. And 5s to win. Whoa. Okay. That is 4 at -1.
Two wounds.
Alright. So he's down
to 3 wounds remaining.
3 wounds remaining. Okay, well,
What
I
else you got?
think it'll be Bask up next. Oh, yes.
Oh, aye.
Oh, aye. So, I didn't order him with the tank commander, did I? So, yeah, the tank commander can't order Pask, unfortunately, so... no orders for Pask, he'll just be doing his usual 2+ hitting shenanigans anyway. Although, actually, how many wounds has he got left? Oh, 11. Oh, yeah, he's fine. Alright, so 2d6 with his battle cannon at old One Eye. for a 6. Very good. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, I'm afraid.
Yay.
Yep, that's Pask. That's what he do. Alright, and wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, -2.
5 ups. Passes 1. So he's taken 2d3, so unless you roll really terribly, he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead. Bye-bye, old one eye.
Bye-bye.
For now. He'll be back. He
Don't
always
worry.
is. Alright,
He'll
so
kill
that's dealt with. That leaves this tank at the back here without much to shoot, actually, so that was a bit of a own goal by me.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Teaches me to prioritise my targets a little bit better going forward, because everything else you've got is either locked in combat or not within line of fire, so... Alright, fair enough. That leaves us with the Baneblade, which is gonna... well...
Kill some warriors.
yeah, maybe not. Thinking I'm gonna shoot Tyranids. With at least some of it, let's think. Okay, Baneblade is doing things as follows. The Baneblade cannon, auto cannon, and las cannons are all going into the Tyranids at the back here. Everything else, which is the demolisher and the 3 twin heavy bolters, is going into the warriors. So, let's do las cannons first. Hitting on 5s. Nothing.
Good.
Auto cannon. 1 hit.
Nope.
No wound.
Big gun.
Yeah, let's do the demolisher next. D3 for 3. And 5s again. Yep, we got 1. Strength 10, wounded on 2.
Nice.
Right.
Warrior just tanked a demolisher cannon, shell to the face.
3d6 big cannon shots on the Tyranids. Alright. 10. Okay, that's 10. Hit on 5s. 2 hits, that is, yeah. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound, -3.
Failed. 3 damage.
D6. No, it's flat 3, isn't it? Yeah, not D6.
So it's down to 3 wounds left. Oh, that's scary.
Right. So, that leaves us with the heavy bolters. Here we go. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and 5. Right. Wounding on 3s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. -1.
-1s. They didn't charge anyone, so they're +1 for cover. So 4s. 2 wounds. That's 1 dead and 1 with 2 wounds remaining.
Okay. Alright, that concludes the shooting phase for the guard. The Tyranids are looking very thin on the ground now, it has to be said. I think this battle may be decided at this point, but for now, charge phase. This Baneblade is going to charge that warrior and try and run him over.
I guess I'll overwatch D3 shots. 2. Nothing.
Okay. So let's see what I get here. This might be a bit of a weird charge, so I get a 5.
Charging weirdly.
So, ooh, this is weird. Okay. Right, that's what we look like after the charge. We're doing a sort of Gorka Morka side swipe on the Tyranid here. So 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. We get 1 hit. Wounds on a 2. Yeah, we got it with a 2. -2.
Okay, so 4, 5, 6 up. No.
Not quite. D3 damage. For 3.
That's enough.
Squished him!
Yeah.
Bonked him on the face with the sponson on the way past there. Alright, cool. And I'll consolidate just a little bit further that way. Bit of free movement there. Alright, so Bulgrin's now bashing the Carnifex with a lot of attacks. 3 each, +4 for the Bonid. Hitting on 3s. Now wounding on 4s. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4 at -1.
4 ups coming right up. No.
Right, so it's 4 damage.
It is deceased.
Now I bet you wish they did explode.
Yep.
Alright, they're gone. The Bulgrins will honestly just stay where they are. They're not a scoring unit, so there's not even any point in moving them right now, frankly, because otherwise, I mean, what can I do with them? Try and get them all the way down here to bash some rippers? It's not worth the bother. I'll never get down there in time. Okay, so that's the end of the guard turn. The Tyranids are left with the Malmthropes and Rippers. The Hive Tyrant, who is completely unscathed.
He's taken a wound.
Oh, he's taken 1 wound, right. And the Tyrannofex, who's bleeding and a bit poorly.
I think he took wound from Chimera in combat or something stupid like that, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. I drove over one of your toes with the Chimera, didn't I? It's a bit silly. Alright, so that's how it looks at the end of the guard that turn the 4. The question is, where do we go from here? Alright folks, we're in Tyranids turn 4 and we're at the end of the movement phase, and things do look pretty dire for the Tyranids, it has to be said, I won't lie. However, Dan's playing on for a very good reason. Currently, he sits at 3 kill points right now, so that's pretty good. And more importantly, I sit at currently 0 points, 0 victory points, I think, because, well, I mean, they might be scoring something.
It looks like you'd be getting, if the game ended now, you'd probably get 2, and we'd have to measure up to see if that's in line or not.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, at this point, Dan reckons he can get rid of these guys with what he has available here. Which will remove these guys from play, and that will suddenly make things quite interesting, because then it will be, then it will be a case of, can I get enough stuff off the end of the table? It feels a bit deja vu, really.
Again.
It's game 1 all over again, yeah. But so that's why we're carrying on essentially here, is because Dan reckons he can steal it by slowing us down enough.
A bit longer for reinforcements to arrive and drive you away.
Yeah,
that's
and
the narrative.
Of course. I could just go for the tabling. I could just blow up that, kill these guys off with my remaining firepower, of which I have a significant amount, let's be honest. However, I don't really want to, because a tabling was never the point in this game. In fact, I'm even tempted to rule that a tabling does not guarantee a victory in this scenario, because that wasn't I'm not here to kill all of these bugs. We're here to punch through to the place that they're trying to stop us from getting to right now. So, yeah, I'm not going to go for the tabling. I know some of you right now are going to be screaming. But this ain't that kind of mission, I'm afraid. It's called narrative for a reason. So, yeah, movement phase has been done. Basically, these guys are Benny Hill chasing these 2 tanks here. And that's pretty much it. That was the movement phase. So, are you psychicking?
Phase, yep, so the Hive Tyrant is now closest to the thingy, Hydra. So we're going to smite.
There's only a good chance of destroying it.
9 goes off.
Excellent.
D3, 2.
2. He's on 1 left.
And then we're going to Psychic Scream to try and get rid of that last one.
Oh, good.
Yep, it goes off. Oh. Should have been fine, never mind. So D3 mortal wounds kills it off.
Dead by Hydra, and that's another point for you as well.
It is.
Not only have you denied me a scoring unit there, but you've actually got a point for yourself. So
yeah. See, this is my thinking. This little corner here is quite a big swing. Does it blow up?
Good point.
I'm hoping no is the answer.
No.
Good.
Alright, shooting phase now. The Hive Tyrant is unloading his venom cannon-y thing into
so
the Chimera.
D3 auto hits again for 3. And 3's the wound.
This cannon has been really letting you down all game. That's
yeah. Right, so in that case, the Tyrannofex is going to fire everything at the Chimera.
Cool. Rupture cannon first.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Even though we're hitting on 6s now.
That's not bad.
I'll take that. 3's the wound. 2 wounds. So
right.
-3.
2 6s. Let's go. No. Close.
So 2d6 damage.
Oh! Alright, he's on 7 remaining now.
This is slightly disappointing, to be honest. And then we've got the Stinger Salvo. 6s again. 2 hits. No wounds. Right. I have to do it in melee.
Charging time then.
Okay, Hive Tyrant going in. He's in. The question is, do you do some more damage on it?
Let's give it a try. Multi-laser. 1 hit. And doesn't wound.
Nope.
Heavy bolter, which is somehow firing backwards at you.
Magic.
Doesn't hit, unsurprisingly. And then we've got the lasgun rays. 12 shots in total. Okay, we got 3 6s there. Actually 4, I think, unless I knocked. No, I think it was 3. I think I knocked that. Just lasguns. Who cares? No wounds.
Okay, Hive Tyrant goes in that much. 7. Over there.
Very nice.
The 30 man.
Gas bag is in.
That unit of rippers.
Might be in.
Not quite.
Okay.
That unit of rippers. Yeah, they're in.
They're in. Yeah, scratch some more on the back of that thing.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, well, begin thy attacks, sir.
Sure.
Got an all Ultima now. Begin with thine attacks.
Rippers! Hitting on 5s and then wounding on 6s. On wound.
Very good.
That's something.
Saved, I think.
Okay.
No minus on that, right?
Nope.
Nope.
The Malon's rope. That's better. 3 hits. It's strength 5, I think, so 5's to wound. That's a wound. It's -1. I think it's D3 damage.
Oh boy, okay.
Top of my head.
4 up. Trolls you again, I'm afraid.
Okay, and then the Hive Tyrant has to do the business. 4 attacks. 3 hits.
Okay.
5's to wound. Rerolling because of the monstrous
Just as well.
rending claws. Just the 1 wound. However, that is a -6. So it's definitely go through and it's a flat 3 damage.
Alright, that brings me down to 4.
And I think I forgot before he's got a pincer tail. So I'll give that a go. Hits.
Ooh.
Wounds.
Alright.
It's -0, but it's D3 damage.
2. Oh no.
2 damage.
Oh no. 2 wounds left.
And then at the end, well, you get to fight back. And then
Yay.
the Malon threat will do a mortal wound potentially.
I'll try and smack your Hive Tyrant again.
Fair.
Run over his toes again. No. Okay.
Okay, 4 up to do a mortal wound. Nope.
No. It lives still. Indestructible
That's the end of my
chimera.
turn.
Alright, guard, turn 5. End of the movement phase. We didn't get any more respawning tanks. However, what has happened is we're basically making a break for it. The Baneblade has moved forward his full 7 inches that he gets at his damage bracket, and he's going to be opening fire on some stuff that's in our way. Meanwhile, these 3 tanks here, they've moved and advanced, and Paskin's going to be ordering... you know what? I need him to make room for the tank at the back to get through. So, let's just say I move those infantry
Sure.
so that he can get through. Okay, right, now the movement phase is concluded. So Pask has moved that way. So he's basically going to order both of these tanks to go full throttle, which means they can move and advance again in the shooting phase. The Hellhound got a massive advance roll. He moved 18 inches all the way down here, which is pretty cool. The Chimera has broken away from combat just by the skin of its teeth and has knocked over this tree and is making a break for it. It's very likely that the Hive Tyrant here, he's going to heroically intervene into the Chimera and probably blow it up anyway, but it's worth a try. So, that's what's happened basically. The only stuff that's going to be shooting is the Baneblade and the Basilisk. This tank commander over here, he pretty much just moved out of the way. He's so slow now that even with full throttle, he's not going very far. So, that's what it looks like. I'm going to start my shooting phase with the Basilisk, and that's going to be shooting at the Hive Tyrant, because he needs to die. And I can shoot him, because even though he's a character, he did start with more than 10 wounds. So, 2d6, pick the highest for the shots. 3 this time. And
Good.
hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
5s.
5s, rerolling 1s, yes, of course, because the Malon
floaty gas bag.
is still here, which means I don't get anything. That's not good. His heavy bolter can't shoot because there's a hill in the way. That leaves the Baneblade.
Everything at Hive Tyrant.
Well, the demolisher cannon is probably going to go at him because
Fair
of
enough.
range. Everything else will be at the Hive Tyrant. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, that'll be everything else at the Hive Tyrant. You need him to die. I'm not taking any chances. I am going to be hitting on 6s with this because of the Mammoth Rope. So, last cannons first. No. The demolisher against the Tyrant effects, D3 shots, 2.
That'll be hitting on 5s.
Yeah, but nothing anyway.
Oh,
2
like
and
that.
4. And the auto cannon. No. And the Baneblade cannon, 3d6 shots. Okay, that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Alright, 13 shots I think that was with the big Baneblade cannon. Hitting on 6s. And we've got some.
4?
Yeah, looks like it. 4 hits.
Nice.
Strength 9. Wounded on 3s. Everything wounds.
Okay.
Bang on the money, look at
4 up in vulnerable saves because it's Hive Tyrant.
that. Yep.
I saved them all.
Alright then. Heavy bolters next then. Alright, all those twin heavy bolters now. The last guns I have available, and we've got 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound, -1.
Saved.
Damn. Alright, that Chimera's probably toast. So that's all of my shooting, I'm afraid. That's the lot. So tank order things, though, let's not forget.
I'll just do that now.
So full throttle from Pask on both of those tanks. No need to roll any other stuff, really. Although, I tell you what I will do. I will pop smoke on both of them. Because I don't think either of them have popped smoke yet this game, only the tank commander did.
You can get to there, basically.
So, there's your movement, plus advance. You have to advance as part of this, so
you can't get any further anyway.
that's an extra 4.
So is that for that one?
No, this guy will now advance and move 5 plus
Okay, so
15.
So you can get right up.
So you're going to be tailgating the Baneblade, basically.
Yeah.
Very good. Alright,
Nice.
so that's the end of my shooting phase. I have a charge phase. I do not charge anything, but in the charge phase, the Hive Tyrant heroically intervenes
Yep.
into...
Yeah.
He villainously intervenes.
He's a hero to me. He's a hero after all that.
So, yeah, well. So, you'll go on then, put it
Okay.
out of its misery.
3 hits, same as before. 5 to wound. Rerolling. Okay, well it doesn't matter because that's at -6 doing 3 damage, so it's dead.
Oh, God, right.
Rending claws.
Well, I'll just get one of these. Please explode. No.
Good.
Alright. By Chimera. Alright, and this is what it looks like down here with that gun. I'm not going to get guys out, like an infantry squad out of the thing, because it would just get charged by the Rippers, and let's save everybody some trouble, and just say that the Rippers ate them as they climbed out of the Chimera, which is horrifying, but them's the ropes.
No.
The infantry wouldn't have been a scoring unit, so there's, just forget it. They all died. That's the end. Okay, rocks fall, everyone dies. So that's the situation at the end of Imperial Guard turn 5. Basically, just making a mad dash for the exit, and basically, I think right now, the only things scoring are probably the Baneblade and one of the tanks.
Yeah, I think we have to measure out, but it looks like that would be the case.
I think that's probably what it is right now.
Another
So.
point.
Not brilliant. So we're going to go on to Tyranid turn 5 now.
See what happens.
See what happens, yeah. It's the end of a very short movement phase. These Rippers have moved over here to eat what's left of the Guardsmen and also get out of line of sight behind this hill. The gas bag and the Hive Tyrant have moved up this way. The Rippers have got out of the way, basically. And this is the plan. Just try and deal with the Baneblade. Kill stuff, but particularly get some smites on the Baneblade, I think.
Okay, yep. So we'll start with smite.
Speaking of which, yes, let's do it.
Here comes an 11. Oh,
God, that was close.
Okay, D3 mortal wounds. 3.
3, okay, that's down to 7 now.
And then Psychic Scream. That goes off as well for another 1 mortal wound.
Alright, 6 wounds remaining on the Baneblade. Where's the 6? Curse you dice. Wound dice, I'm always... There we go. Right.
Okay, we're going to shoot the Hive Tyrant at the Bane Blade.
Gonna try and knock this thing out.
Yeah, D3 shots. 2. Actually have to roll to hit this time, and a missed.
Okay.
And then all we've got left is the Tyran effect, who's going to fire everything at the Bane Blade.
Very good.
6 is to hit now. Nothing.
Okay, nothing with the rupture cannon.
That's a disappointment, but never mind. The Stinger salvos, 3 hits,
Okay.
of which no wound.
Right. Well, that's
It's a
unsurprising,
shame,
really.
but hey-ho.
It was a long shot. Okay, well, that's the end of turn 5, basically, so I think it's me that has to roll the dice for this one. Not that it matters, since you can't spend command points on these anymore, and I don't have any anyway, but whatever.
So,
Yeah. Do the thing.
serious important roll now.
On a 1 or a 2, the game is over. Oh! Okay, here we are as the battle ends on turn 5. The Guard have lost. 3 points to the Tyranids 5. It's not been enough. We didn't break through. And the second wave has arrived. We're going to have to fall back. What we've got left will not be able to take this lot on. So the armoured assault around the flanks and the outside of Hive Hephaestus has come to a crashing halt as the hive mind just throws even more biomass at us. Even our finest tanks can't keep up with it. We've lost the Stormlord today. The Baneblade's still in one piece at least. And we've taken a lot of casualties. These poor infantry probably going to have to hop on the back of these tanks and hope that they can outrun the Tyranids as they charge in here. We should probably lay down a barrage of artillery fire to cover our exit, I imagine, or something like that. But the point is, the counterattack has failed. Which means as we go into the 4th and final battle of this campaign, it looks like it's probably going to be a heroic last stand at Hive Hephaestus with what's left of the Cadian 404th, selling their lives as dearly as possible as the Tyranid Hive Fleet encroaches on their positions. Nom 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 indeed. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you really enjoyed it, because we very much enjoyed this battle. And I'm looking forward to the conclusion, which will be on your screen sometime in the nearish future. So that's it. A few administrative things. The terrain here, these hills are from 2009 Bragg Miniatures. The big rocks are from GameMat.eu. The mat itself is from Table War. There you go, there's a little logo. And some of the trees, I forget what they're from actually. I think they're from a model railway website actually, if you believe it. I forget the one exactly, that's bad of me. But yeah, there you go, that was where the terrain was from. And yeah, we'll see you for the conclusion, folks. This has been really good. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.